God damn it. Man. God damn it. So Jerome Baker, sorry, I had to reconnect and stuff because it was being weird not connected to chat. No, nobody's in now, but it was, man, God, Jerome Baker broke through the line, man. Almost got Jameis Winston down for a sack, but he broke free. And but we had a fucking defensive hold on us that gave them extra yards. Ah, man, come on, D. Yeah, they're getting exposed a little bit here on this first drive.
Work the double teams and then push up to the second level. Look at the double teams right there. The center, Ryan Jensen, Ali Marpet, pushing that defensive tackle out of the way. It makes it so much easier for Ronald Jones to shine when he has that kind of work up front.
Damn, come on, guys. Y'all got to get with it, baby. Let's go. Get with it. Get with it. Ah, come on, damn it. And his presence felt again. Let's go, baby. Come on. That's right. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do.
Young football teams and rebuilding football teams. This Miami team is that in abundance. A bunch of new players. They lost 4 key players on defense from a unit that wasn't very good last year. William Hayes, Andre Branch, Robert Quinn, Cameron Blake, all those guys are gone. So they're trying to identify new players in this.
Yeah, man, we lost all of our defensive ends in the offseason. All of them, pretty much. Come on, come on. Ah, nice defense. Who's that? Fitzpatrick? Yeah, baby, Minka. That's right, baby. Come on. Showing out a little bit. Come on, Harris. I need you. We got Harris on the field, Spence on the field. Come on, baby.
If you can play free safety, you can play strong safety in the box. Obviously, he's a really good nickel. That's what he did very well at Alabama. Keep an eye on that kid because I liked his tape coming out.
He's a terrific player. His mother, well, she has her own ideas.
Come on, baby.
The Dolphins coaching staff.
Get him! Oh, yeah, Bake! That's right, baby. Bake's like, you're not getting away from me this time. And then Charles Harris comes in for the other the help, baby.
Pretty easy to get sacks.
Oh, yeah.
Come unblocked, and this is something that James is going to have to learn. When it all goes wrong.
That's right, baby. Shut that drive down. Oh, look at that, Bake. Oh, coming clean. Got him. Harris wiping it up. Yes.
Yeah, loss of 11. Maybe you try a long field goal or at least a punt to.
Oh, yeah, they're punting. That's right, baby. Oh, is Preston Williams back? They got him on punt returner now.
You know, he talks about the humidity helps punts and kicks go further. And that one went a little further.
That's right. It went into the end zone. It's coming out. Touchback.
Dolphins will get a chance on offense. An impressive
all right, baby.
Stalls when Miami sacks Winston.
Yeah, we were getting beat pretty hard there at the beginning of that drive, but then the defense came through. Bake got that sack with Charles Harris getting his back. Some nice defensive plays from the backfield or from the defensive backfield. Minka making a nice play. I think Eric Rowe had made a nice one. Nice. All right, they held him. They got a punt. Now let's see what this offense does, baby. I want to see some Preston Williams early and often. Come on, baby. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Man, goddamn commercials. Man, I'm fucking hungry. Killing this burger. Come on, come on. Let's get to the game. All this bullshit. Let's see what this offense got tonight. They performed pretty fucking well last week, so overall, Keys Definitely need that offensive line to play well. That's where it starts. We're missing a few running backs. One of our tackles. You shall not pass. Yeah, baby, though. Sam McGuavian showing out a little bit too. He's making some plays. Jerome Baker making plays. Minka Fitzpatrick making plays. We got some dudes making some plays out there. All right, game back on. Game back on. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Come on.
By Florida Department of Transportation. Alert today, alive tomorrow because safety doesn't happen.
Come on, offense. Let's see what you got, baby. Let's go. Josh Rosen starting out tonight. Let's see how he holds. Let's see what you got, baby. Rosie Rose, let's see what you got, baby. Come on. Incomplete. He needed to put it up just a little more. Looked like he kind of pushed that a little bit.
Passer, and it shows up from time to time. What he's not very good at is when he gets sticky.
Come on, baby.
He like conflict when he gets down in there. So if you're the Bucs tonight, you want to get after him early.
Here we go.
Come on. Oi. All right. I mean, they got a few yards, but he's got to place that better so he doesn't get his receiver drilled like that. Isaiah Ford just got popped in the back. That's dangerous, man. Dangerous.
Todd Bowles tonight, but this is the perfect situation for it. 3rd and 5. Not expecting to play coverage.
Yeah, come on, baby. You guys got to convert this. Let's go. 3rd and 5, baby. Let's go. Come on. Conversion. Come on. Come on. Ah. Damn. Preston Williams couldn't hold on. He'll make that one up.
Out for Miami. You know, it's rare. When you think about Rosen, it's rare a guy is drafted in the opening round 10th overall at quarterback, and only one season.
Of course, now that's a 3 and out for our offense, but you know, whatever.
Sideline, Chris, and asked Byron Leftwich about him. He coached him last year.
Fuck, man.
Interim offensive coordinator after they made some moves there. Miami tried to trade for him, I should say, in the offseason, and finally on draft day, they got a deal done to get him down here.
Come on.
Moves it away. Fair catch called for. Wilson.
Damn, man. Come on, boys. All right, well, it's back on the defense now.
And for that opening drive stall, Jameis Winston in the heat and humidity.
Fuck, man. See, that's not how you want it to go, right? You don't want, like, we held them, obviously, on the first drive, but they did run and pass the ball on us effectively for the first few plays. And then we managed to, you know, come up with some big plays, which were great. And it's good to see the defense hold. But then your offense goes 3 and out, right? So, unfortunately, the problem is if that happens again, then the defense is going to start getting tired, and then you'll start seeing breakdowns there as well. Plus, like I said, I mean, we have a ton of guys out tonight. Howard's out. Jones is out. McDonald's out. Akins is out. Van Ginkel, Alonso, Poling, McMillan, Allen. Dude, we got a ton. Like, almost all of our linebackers pretty much are out. So, yeah, it's rough. We're already super thin across the board. Well, mostly at linebacker. But even a bit at, you know, corner and stuff, especially with Howard being out for whatever reason. Yeah, man. You know, let's see how they do. It's the defense got to stop on their first drive, but you know, they gave up some stuff too, and our defense is a bit you know, beat up right now. There's a bunch of guys not playing today, so we'll see how it goes. Oh, All right. Well, I'm glad you remembered. Anyway, eventually, that's cool. I get it. All right, so it is still 0-0. Bucks now have the ball after we just had to punt it to them after a 3-and-out. Yeah, man, get up in there. Definitely. All right. Blaine Gabbert's in. That's interesting. They took Jameis Winston out. Gabbert's in now. Come on, come on. Come on, man. I'm telling you, if the offense, hopefully the defense can stop them again, or, minimum hold them to 3 on this drive. Hopefully. But if the offense goes 3-and-out again on their second drive, it's going to start becoming an issue. All right, man. It's going to start being an issue, for the defense. They're going to start wearing down heavy. I was all right. They only got a couple yards on that run. Let's see. Come on, boys. Let's go. We got to get a stop, man. I know y'all was just on the field, but we got to get a stop. Come on, baby. Come on.
It helps with the young guys learn the system, and they have definite value.
Blaine Gabbert. They only gave Winston one drive that ended up stalling out. I wonder if they're going to, put him back in. Maybe they'll just alternate a little bit. Come on. There you go. Oh, fumble. Yes. Yeah, baby. Sam McGwavian killing it, baby. Hit him. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. See, man, I'm telling you. Woo! Woo! Get it. Yeah. Oh, that was beautiful. Yeah, he had that. Fuck you. Don't be trying to take that shit from us, bitch. He had that ball. He tucked it away, and he stepped. Sorry, you coughed it up. You coughed it up. And then Eric Rowe picked up the fumble. It was ruled a fumble on the field. Of course, they'll review it, and they should. But that's our ball, baby. Let's go. All right, the offense got to make it up right here. They have got to capitalize. All right, see, this is a major thing, right? This right here is a major, major thing. We need to be able to see they went 3-and-out. It's under further review. They went 3-and-out on their first offensive drive, had to punt the ball back. They got them decent into Tampa Bay territory, and now they apparently just fumbled, which it was ruled on the field a fumble. They're looking at it, but obviously there's got to be conclusive evidence that it wasn't a fumble. But Sam McGwavian, man, laying some hits on people tonight, bruh. And good. That's what he needs to do. He's got an opportunity with Kiko Alonso out, with Andrew Van Ginkel and Poling and McMillan, with all those guys out. I mean, Sam McGwavian actually was in the starting lineup anyway last week. But Sam McGwavian's having an opportunity to prove himself, and he's doing it tonight. He's taking, he's making the most of his opportunities. He's already laid, the hit stick on a couple dudes, including Ellington just there, which caused the fumble. And Eric Rowe picked up the fumble. And so now we're deep into Tampa Bay territory. So considering the fact that the defense has now twice held the Tampa Bay offense, once to a punt, once to a forced fumble, and considering the fact that we just went 3-and-out on our first offensive drive, it is crucial that this team shows that the offense shows that they can make the most of it, take advantage of that. I mean, they're basically getting a freebie, though, because I think, I'm pretty sure they're already in field goal range. So that's kind of a freebie. But what they need to show is fuck that. Fuck the freebie. I want to get the big money, right? So they need to get a touchdown, bro. They need to get a touchdown. Preston Williams dropped a pass in that first drive that could have gave him a first down on 3rd and 5. So he needs to fucking – and Josh Rosen's his, Brian Flores ruling on the field stands, baby. I'll take that. I mean, it looked pretty clear, although it was kind of close. So I think that's a good solid ruling. Don't say confirmed because it was pretty close, but that's a solid ruling. But either way, baby, our ball. But they got to punch it in. Got to. 100% they got to. No other choice. If they can do that, then they – all right, here we go. Rosen, come on, baby. What you got? Prove yourself. Yeah, see, we're on the 35-yard line. Mark Walton get the ball. He got like 2 or 3 yards.
Take a reverse look at this, Chris. I'm tending to agree with the ruling here because he does make a football move, turns up the football field. He looked like he had possession, and I think most important.
He definitely had possession. He definitely made a football move. Fumble, baby.
Dolphins get their takeaway.
Yeah, come on. All right, come on. Shit ain't over yet. We barely started. Let's go. Come on, baby. Come on. Yes. Come on. Rosen in the shotgun. Oh, yeah, baby. Nice. That was a nice throw to Mark Walton in the flat, coming on a inward, on a slant inward. That was nice. That was good yardage. Oh, they got a first down. Okay, cool. Here we go. Come on, baby. Here we go. Uh-oh, Mark Walton got the ball. Oh, he didn't get like shit. Yeah. See, that's the thing, man, is I have a feeling, Kenyon Drake's not in. Mark Walton's come in ahead of Kalen Ballage, which is interesting. But I have a feeling the run game is going to be tough for this offensive line, and that's not going to be good, man, because if we get one-dimensional, yeah, another run that didn't go, like, hardly anywhere. That's 3 now on this drive of runs that aren't really, like, producing much of anything. They need to get better at that. Come on, baby. 3rd and 9. Fuck. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a freebie because they basically, they were already in field goal range, but it's 3rd and 9. If they don't convert this, come on. Oh, Preston Williams made a nice catch. And there's a flag. I'm pretty sure it's on the defense because that last hit was fucking. They're probably going to call the defense on that.
I think this is going to be a personal foul.
Yeah, personal foul probably on the defense. A late hit. Or maybe the helmet, lowering the helmet, one of those two. But that was definitely – so that should be a first down. Yep. Unnecessary roughness, yep. This is a goal, baby. Preston Williams, there you go, baby. Make that catch. I don't know if he was good for the first down, but he was close, so they could have definitely gone for it on 4th. I don't know if they would have had the balls, but you get the half the yardage to the goal because of that foul. Yeah, baby. Come on. Nope. God, they tried to run with Walton again and lost yardage, but another flag. That actually might be on the defense, too, because of how he threw him down and shit. Oh, no. Holding on us. Fuck, man. Come on, guys. Let's go. See, God damn it. This is like that same shit, though. This is, like with the offense that we've had, the same frustrations like over the years. The offense just can't do shit when they get here, man. Like, goddamn. They get down, like, oftentimes we haven't had a problem getting to the red zone. It's just when we fucking get there, we can't ever do nothing. Short one to Stills. Come on, baby. That was a good chunk of the yardage back, though. But third down, third and goal with like 4 yards or something. 4 or 5 yards. Damn.
For the Dolphins today, along with Albert Wilson.
Ah, come on, baby. Come on. Yeah, Stills, Isaiah Ford, and Preston Williams are our receivers with Grant. Grant out, Wilson out, Parker's out. Come on, guys. Oh, another run. Why? Dude, come on. That's garbage. This line can't fucking block these runs, dude. Why are you continuing to try it? Stop. Fucking change this shit up, dude. They're not blocking these runs for shit. Oh, is it third and goal now? Oh, yeah, because it was first. It was first down when we got that penalty. Pushed us back 10 yards. Now it's third down. Come on, man. 9 yards away from the goal line. Throw the ball, man. I mean, it's like obvious, though. That's the thing. That's why, like, if our running game sucks, then that's going to be a problem because then we get in obvious passing situations. Mike Gesicki with a nice catch, but we're still like 3 yards out. I mean, go for it, dude. Just don't fucking run the ball. At least not the fucking – yeah, please go for it. Do not be a fucking pussy. Excuse me. Don't be timid. They got a timeout. And they were going to fucking run it. Ah. Tampa Bay was kind of flustered, though. They had to, like, rush to call a timeout. They maybe have had too many guys on the field or something.
Guys came in from Miami. You saw the Bucs running 4 or 5 guys off the field. They should be allowed time to get their guys into the football game.
And I think that's what Arians is explaining or talking to the referee about.
Well, I don't know. But that's something. Anyway, they just blew a timeout, though, because they weren't ready for whatever reason. Some kind of miscommunication or something.
Catch Mike Gesicki had got him down to the 2.
We're at the 2. So it's 4th and 2 to the fucking end zone. Come on, baby.
They're going to try something.
They just substituted back in their nickel, their sub-package. So they have 3 wide receivers on the field after.
Come on, man. Punch this in. Take advantage of that fucking turnover with a TD. Come on. Ah. Yeah, that's on the ground. God damn it, dude. Okay, so the offensive line could not run block for shit on that drive. Not at all. It was garbage. Every running play was garbage. They couldn't. So, we're already becoming one-dimensional, so we couldn't take advantage of, and that was 4th down. I agree with going for it on 4th down, but now we don't have any points because of their, I hate to say this, and people, are going to get all pissy with me because I say it, but because of their ineptitude, they couldn't do it, man. Like, they were right there. And after the first, 3 runs that didn't do anything, stop, running it like that. Like, switch it up, change the run style, change. I mean, they got to fix that because that run blocking was pretty bad. It was not good at all. And then, even after that, though, although, I have to say that, they didn't give up any sacks or anything like that. But Rosen was under, some pressure. But his, Brian Flores was talking about, how he needs to fix his body language there in the huddle and stuff, or not in the huddle, but, just in the pocket. And it didn't. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but it didn't look all that great. And I think it's evidence because, a lot of it, like even that last throw just a minute ago, he could have put it in a position where the receiver could have got it, but it was just, way too low. And there was there've been a couple throws already where, like Isaiah Ford, he got him drilled in the back. because of his ball, because of the ball placement. He could have put it a little bit more in front of him so that way he didn't get, mauled right in the back. There's a couple of those. So, I mean, they need to clean that up, and they're going to need to clean it up in a hurry, because if they don't, the regular season is a couple weeks around the corner. And, I want to see good things for this team. And there's a lot of, there is a lot of potential, but, I feel like it may get wasted because, again, the offensive line was just completely neglected. And even, to my, in my perspective, even allowed to get worse. And so, I think that's really going to super bite us.
Gabbert 2 out of 2, negative yard. Coming in after Jameis Winston in one series. And the Bucs, after the defense does its job, takes over offensively at their own 2.
Ah, damn. All right. Well, this defense is playing strong, though, overall. And they are on their 2-yard line. So maybe we can get some – if we can get, like – man, I don't know. I mean, I want to be like, okay, let's get a fucking safety. But that shit's hard, so. No, and not if they're going to allow runs like that. See, we're not doing that, right? They just had from their 2-yard line, they just had like a 10-yard run pretty much straight up the middle. And, our defense is going to wear down, man, because the offense is not playing well. And if they keep getting, first drive was a 3-and-out, we had to punt. Second drive, we get amazing field position because the defense got the sack and the fumble, or they got the fumble, and then they can't. The run game doesn't do anything. They can't push it in. So now we have no points. They couldn't capitalize, and now they're moving out of their end zone. So, I mean, it's, the odds of getting a safety now are almost non-existent. So now the defense just has to hold up and see how it goes. But again, I mean, a lot of the defense is out tonight. A lot of the starting lineup for the defense is out tonight. Not even playing. Man, that could have almost been picked. Whoever that was, man, went up to go get that ball and almost had it. I don't know.
You got a great description of it. He got it over the defender, and then it was
yeah.
to the ground.
Who was that, though? I didn't see. It was too quick. Somebody, man. One of the Dolphins defenders, I think it was a linebacker. He went up to go try and get that ball, man, and he was close. Come on. Oh! Yeah, see, that was a little behind the wide receiver, Bobo Wilson. Gabbert threw it a little behind. So, and it is a little slick out there, apparently. But yeah, yeah, see, if Gabbert would have put that more in front of him, that would have been a huge gain for them. I'd say that was more on Gabbert than it was on the receiver, on Bobo Wilson. But still, I mean, he does got to catch it. But that's the thing, is if he would have caught that ball, he could have gotten drilled in the back like Isaiah Ford got drilled. Preston Williams gets the punt. Come on, kid. You can't go side to side too much. Come on, baby. My French fries is done. They've been just sitting there, too. I ain't got them yet.
I know where this is going.
Yeah, well,
come on. I done ate my whole burger already.
African American. There's the picture. Now, which one are you? Do you know which one is you? That's Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians looks like Jimmy Buffett.
Come on.
Right as me.
Okay.
I have no idea.
We'll trust him.
We're twins. We look alike, right?
And so he's almost
come on.
A 45-yard punt negative on the right.
Oh, there you go. Myles Gaskin, baby. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of runs you need to have. There you go. I think that was more on Gaskin though, breaking that and being so fucking fast. But the offensive line blocked well enough for him to be able to do that. So, and he got some burst straight up there. There was obviously enough of a hole, so that's good. That was a good run. 9 yards on first down. Oh! Yep. No. And the offensive line just completely fucking shit. You can't. That is just unacceptable. That is nasty. They just let this dude fly free straight up the middle and just drill Gaskin in the face. Oh shit.
Yeah, I think we know why that gap was so big.
Now we understand.
Patrick O'Connor and defensive linemen, trust me, do this all the time. If they know that a pressure's coming to either side of them.
There was a flag on the defense that gave us an automatic first down and 5 yards.
Hitter to come through the hole, but
because one of their defensive linemen did something he shouldn't.
With a first down, 48-yard
okay, but we can't rely on shit like that, man. They need to fucking perform. And now there's a penalty, which is, I think, going to be on us. It looked like a false start on Dieter. Come on, man. See? God damn it. Like, you have a good play, but then you just have 2 terrible plays.
The clock expired prior to the start of the play. Therefore, this is the end of the first quarter. There is no foul.
Well, damn, they are getting bailed out, though. Super bailed out. They have a really good run. Gaskin gets 9 yards on first down, straight up the gut. So it's 2nd and 1, but then the offensive line just completely like whiffs, lets a guy go straight up the middle to just drill Gaskin, losing big yardage. And then, but the defense got a penalty that bailed us out, gave us 5 yards and a first down. And then, so I guess technically, though, coming into the second quarter, it will be our ball, first down. But we got bailed out there, too, because on the next first down play we tried to do, it looked like Dieter had a false start. And that was a flag did come out, but got saved because the buzzer and the timer ran out. I'll be right back. Timer. All right, I don't know why I said timer. I meant the clock ran out. But the offense is struggling pretty hard right now. So what's going on, man? How you doing? The offensive line's not doing too well. They're struggling pretty mightily, unfortunately, up to this point. So we'll see. They've had a couple good plays. They've had like one good run, a couple decent throws, but yeah, I mean, look, the defense has been performing well overall. They've shown some vulnerabilities, which are concerning just because of the fact that if the defense has to stay, if the defense has to stay on the field all the time because the offense is, incapable of moving the ball, then they're just going to get worn out. And our defense, Mike Gesicki couldn't hold on to that one, although it was a little behind him. The throw wasn't super accurate. Yeah, I mean, the offense is super struggling. And the defense, though, we are missing a lot of starters tonight. Kiko Alonso, Quentin Poling, Raekwon McMillan, Andrew Van Ginkel, like half our linebackers are out. Xavier Howard's out, Rashad Jones, TJ McDonald. Yeah, we've had a couple lucky flags that have bailed us out. but that's not good. Look, see, and then he just drills that one in double coverage to Mike Gesicki. He made the catch, good, but you can't be. Ugh. All right, anyway, let's move the ball. Come on, boys.
Yeah, Ronnie, good to see Jamal Dean out there. Didn't play last week.
Come on.
Third rounder.
I want to see Preston Williams beast on somebody. Come on. 3rd and 3. They got to convert this. Let's go. Come on. There you go. Rosen did stand tough in there. There was a rush coming. He stood tough, and he got the ball to Kenny Stills for a first down. That was good. That was good. Yeah, baby. Way to hold in there. He cringed pretty hard, though. Huh. That's all right. Come on. No fucking good, man. This offensive line is not blocking for shit on runs. They had the one good run, but I do think that was a bit more on Myles Gaskin than it was on the offensive line. Just because of his burst. But then they immediately got him drilled. Yeah, it looks like I'm a little bit behind you, man. Looks like I'm 4 or 5 seconds behind you. Something like that. God damn it. Now another flag on us. False start.
Number 62. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
God damn, bro. This is ridiculous. Come on.
How are you running training camp?
Man, don't be telling me what's going on, man. Let me watch it. Yeah, let me see. Come on, baby. Come on. Nice. See, that's why I'm saying. That's why. Look, they should have let they as much as I love Devontae Parker, they just should have let him go, man. Let him get some new scenery. You ended up bringing in Allen Hurns. Bryce Butler's a big body. Preston Williams has come on really well. You got enough speedy guys with Wilson, Grant, and Stills. Come on, man. But whatever. I think that they wasted the money and they're wasting his time and their time. Personally, that's my perspective. That might be a hold. God damn, come on, man. Fuck, man. Nah, I don't think that was very good placement on the ball. Oh, no, maybe not. It was all right. No, that was all right. That was all right, especially from where the defender was coming from. He does gotta haul that in. But still, though, I mean, he is putting these receivers in some tough spots, man. They're getting some pretty big hits. Isaiah Ford had a big hit on him. That was a pretty nice one on Williams. He got Gesicki fucking slammed by 2 dudes.
This will be a 45-yard.
Yeah, I agree. It's good to have a lot of wide receivers, especially since they get hurt. But we got plenty. We didn't need Parker, in my opinion. And because he hasn't proven to do anything. He's always been hurt. He's not in tonight. He's not playing tonight. And we got Preston Williams. We got Isaiah Ford. We got Bryce Butler as your big body guys. Then you have Stills, Jakeem Grant, and Albert Wilson as your smaller, faster guys. I think we got plenty of – and then you got throw Allen Hurns into that mix. We got plenty of dudes. And then that doesn't even count Trenton Irwin, Saeed Blacknall. We got plenty of receivers. We didn't need to keep Parker. Like I said, I love the kid. He was the dude that I wanted in the 2015 draft. I'm just, I'm keeping it real with you. I think it made a lot more sense to just let him go, let him get a fresh, a fresh team, fresh scenery, whatever, and let him try his chances there. but whatever. I mean, it's I don't make those decisions. But personally, that's what I would have done. And so far up to this point, right? Because again, there was a lot of Devontae Parker hype in the offseason, right? But he's not even in this game. I'm sure it's a preseason game, but he needs to prove himself as much as anybody else does. And, he's not out. Why? Or he's not in. Well, why? Probably because he's got some kind of injury or something. And, yeah, I mean, and Drake does get used in the pass game a lot, which I think is good. I think that is a smart way to use him, but Drake's out tonight too. We have a ton of dudes that are not out tonight because of various like little injuries and stuff. Like almost all of our linebackers, like at least half of our linebackers, a bunch of wide receivers, an offensive lineman. We got a gang of dudes out, some corners, like almost all of our safeties. It's crazy. We are beat up right now. And it's just the second preseason game. And the offensive line is not playing very good. They're doing okay in the pass game, but the run game is just like up to this point. They did a lot better last week, but of course the quote-unquote starters also didn't play all that much. So let's see. We'll get back to it right now. It's coming up.
For the Buccaneers take on the 49ers in the regular season opener Sunday, September 8th.
Come on, baby.
At 2, it's free when you buy a game ticket. And don't miss the halftime encore, part of the NFL's Centennial celebration.
And I mean, Gesicki's getting involved. He's had a couple catches and stuff. Although, like I said, Josh Rosen got him drilled in the back by 2 dudes, but whatever. No big deal, I suppose. So yeah, we just punted because it's about at the 21. Sam McGuavian is all over the place, though, man. Sam McGuavian showing up tonight. Jerome Baker had that nice play. He almost had a sack on Jameis Winston, barely missed, but then he got a sack on him later with Charles Harris mopping it up. Sam McGuavian's been all over the place drilling people. Just same right there on wait, why does it say we have Am I tripping? When did we kick a field goal? I'm like out of my mind right now. Yeah, Sam McGuavian's doing great tonight so far. He's definitely, showing why he deserves some play time. Come on, baby. Come on, D.
You can commit to it. And of course, you're going to get your shot plays. So
2nd and 8.
There's too much talent on the outside not to take advantage of it.
Come on. Get there. Oh, yeah. Tank Carradine, baby. There you go. Tank Carradine was showing up last game. Showing up a bit there. 3rd and 8, making it 3rd and 8. Didn't allow Gabbard. Nice move. Nice. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. God damn it. This offense needs to fucking do something, though.
Smith is over there at left tackle, but
this defense is still holding it together overall. They can get a stop here. Come on, come on. Yeah. No first down, but man, they should have definitely had him way before that. I wasn't talking trash about Devontae. See, I know you're probably kidding, but like that's the thing, man. People misconstrue like me just, being real with everybody, about my perspective based off of like the facts, the tape, the data, statistics, blah, blah, blah. And they'd be like, you're just hating. Nah, man. But I really do think that they should have just, let him go somewhere else. Give him a fresh start somewhere else. Preston Williams with it again. Oh, he does get around the corner. Stiff-armed the motherfucker. But there's a flag out. Of course there is. Why wouldn't there be? There have been quite a few flags tonight on both sides already. Come on, boys. I want to see the great holding on us. Awesome.
Push the Dolphins back. Let's check in on the field with Dan Lucas.
Come on, man.
Guys, you notice coordinator Byron Leftwich prefers to be on the field rather than upstairs. He likes to talk to his quarterbacks after each series. He wants to be in the head of Jameis Winston. And one thing they're working on are decisions by Winston.
Come on.
Preseason, and they're saying
this offense needs to move this ball, baby. Let's go.
I don't want the money throw. I want the money decision. And you've seen Jameis tuck the ball on a couple of occasions instead of trying to force the throw.
I thank you, Dan, and all three.
Oh my goodness. Jesus, this offensive line cannot block for the run to save their lives. Like, Jesus Christ. This is just gross.
The guy that tries all those risky throws, and of course we know what kind of arm talent he has.
They're fouled by both teams. Personal foul, grasping the face mask. Defense number 53.
Grasping the face mask defense. Holding offense. Offsetting penalties. So, I mean, we sort of get another bailout because we did lose yardage on that run because this offensive line can't block to fucking save their lives. At least not right now. So,
it's not always about
that's not good.
Especially as making spectacular when you have a team that struggled in the past 4 years stopping the
come on, man.
defense. They weren't very good. So all those turnovers,
that was a decent run. Finally, another one like decent. And I agree. You definitely got to stick with it. You can't just like abandon it, but you got to be able to execute it too. Like, so it's 2nd and 5 now.
When it came out last year, I autographed it to him. Like to collect those kinds of things when you work with some of the quarterbacks he had.
Come on, baby.
Like his quotes.
Don't even get the 3rd down. Let's go. Oh, you got him coming. Come on, Rosen. God damn it. Come on, man. I know you must have seen that motherfucker or felt him something, bro. Like, come on, dude. Nope, he didn't see him at all. I mean, that's not all on Rosen. He hit that defender, definitely hit himself well. But god damn it, man. I mean, it's just garbage. I went from 2nd and 5 to 3rd and 12. Nice. 7-yard loss. And Rosen gets sacked again. I'm telling y'all, man, like motherfuckers don't want to believe me and shit. Motherfuckers want to be hating on me because I'm like, dude, this offense is going to suck. Our defense is going to be our strength, which so far through 2 preseason games has proven to be the case. But they're going to wear down, and they're already super beat up, but they're going to get worn down because the offense is incapable of doing fucking anything because the offensive line is going to be straight hot garbage. Fuck.
4 starters, 3 starters who know that they are. Roches is probably the 4th tackle.
The only thing that's even holding us in this game really – oh, great, another flag. The only thing that's really holding us in this game – oh, great. So Matt Hawk fucking just punted out of bounds. Great. Let's just break down, y'all. Breakdown. Total breakdown. Fuck, man.
Patrick O'Connor.
Only thing really keeping us in this game.
Ineligible downfield on the kick.
Oh, no.
29 of the kicking team.
Ineligible downfield. Ineligible man downfield on us. So it wasn't out of bounds, but it's 5 yards or whatever. God damn it, man. The only thing keeping us in this game at all, there's Ndamukong Suh. It's interesting. The only thing keeping us in this game at all is the fact that their offense isn't doing shit either, and our defense is playing pretty well overall. But eventually, somebody's got to give, right? That's the thing, right? One team eventually has to give, and their offense is playing better overall than our offense. So that's problematic, to say the least. Troubling. Fuck, man. Oh, goodness. Man, they need to tighten up. I mean, I just don't think this offensive line has it, man. I don't think they have it in them. I don't think the guys that, I mean, like I said, you know, Dieter got the whole offensive line for the most part is getting beat today. They can't run block for sure, but Dieter got bailed out on another penalty. He had one earlier, a false start, but he got bailed out by the end of the first quarter. Ugh. It's rough, man. And unfortunately, I got a feeling this is going to be, you know, the whole season's going to be like this. By the way, I'm working on getting my various software programs and stuff. Yeah, I have different ones for different things. And the one that I use to record the interviews, I'm having some trouble with. So I'm working on sorting that out so I can start getting interviews for you guys again in my videos.
Starting out a drive for the Bucs in this first half, playing Gabbert from midfield.
Okay, and so the Bucs are starting at midfield, so that's not great. All right, that was a good defensive hold on that run, though, so that's good. Like I said, man, the defense is holding up, you know, like admirably. They're definitely, at the very least, they are definitely playing admirable. And, of course, you know, they do got to start rotating in the backups and stuff at some point, too, so. But, man, goddamn, this offense is really worrying me because it just doesn't – I don't have any confidence in this offensive line. Come on. Get another stop, baby. Come on, come on. That was all right. I mean, could be better. That was Jamal Wiltz on the coverage. He's a little dude, man. He looks small. At least, I mean, in comparison comparing him to the dudes that he's like covering, he looks like hella small. Jamal Wiltz. But somebody's got to, you know, prove they can do it. He's had decent coverage. You know, he's a little dude, so he just keeps getting like bodied. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, come on. Nope. 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 God damn it. See, I told you, man, the defense is going to start breaking down. And that big reception, that long reception is proof because the offense can't do anything. They're not playing complementary football. And so the defense has been holding tough this whole time, but they will start to break down. Just like they did right there. Nick Needham.
Easy dump off to Bubba Wilson, and that's what you like about him, that explosive speed that he has. The one X factor in making a decision on Bubba.
God damn it, man.
He really only plays one position.
Come on.
Of a guy like Justin Watson,
now they're in the red zone. Come on, come on. Good defense. There was a rush coming, put a little pressure on Blaine Gabbert. Maybe rushed his throw a little bit because it looked like it was a little off target.
Checking the plays.
They still got fucking at least another 2 downs, though, possibly 3 if they decide to go for it.
I think it does.
Come on, boys.
The reasoning behind that. Yeah.
Hold firm.
Why Brian-
Come on, come on. Come on, get it. Nice. Good run stuff. That's what you got to do. Who is that? Godshot? Nice, baby. Good boy. Good boy. He's not a child.
Relatively young, so to speak.
He is a grown man. Anyway, good for you, man. That's what you need. You need to be able to get that pressure. You got to be able to push that offensive lineman, get into that backfield. Tackle for loss. Tackle for loss. Come on, come on. All right, it's 3rd and 10. I didn't even loss. It was just no gain. But still good, though. Still definitely good. So, come on. Come on. Get another one. Oh, come on, man. Get that dude. Get him down, bro. You need to be better on that. But see, that's the thing, though, is like, even if they're short, they're going to go for it. Right? And they got it. Maybe not. I don't know. Wait, where's? Oh no, yeah, they definitely got it. See, I mean, that's the thing when you can't make the tackle like that. It's 3rd down and 10, but you can't make the tackle. The dude gets 9 3/4 yards, and then they just go for it in a hurry up and run the ball straight up the gut to get a 1st down. Like, come on, man. You got to make that tackle. But see, again, though, like to my point, defense is already starting to get worn out. They've been playing pretty damn good overall. And, of course, backups, I think, are starting to come in a little bit too. But, ooh, nice. Nice. Sam Aguavian, baby, just all over the place. Beautiful run stuff. Really shot that gap and got back there. Sam Aguavian killing it. So Preston Williams proved last game that he definitely deserves a spot on the roster, and he proved that he even deserves playing time. Sam Aguavian is proving in this game that he definitely deserves playing time, and without question deserves to be on the roster. Oh, what the hell was that? Blaine Gabbert with the nasty pass. That was gross. That was such garbage. I don't know. I mean, it does seem like it's a bit wet out there, though. So, to his defense, to be fair.
That was going to be a 95-yard touchdown the other way. So all I'm trying to say is good job by Blaine Gabbert.
Yeah, that was fucking that was interesting. Come on, guys. Get this stop. Clock's running out. All right, they're good, though. Come on, come on, come on. Get him, get him, get him. Yes. Nice. Christian Wilkins, baby. It looked like he was at defensive end. That's the way to stick with it, boy. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's go. That's the way to stick with the play. That was 4th down. What are they going to do? Okay, they're going to go for the field goal. Yeah, baby. See, though, man. So the defense held pretty tough. Again, they are surrendering a field goal. Yep, it's good. They are surrendering a field goal, but they still held up. But if the offense, goddamn it, doesn't do something, we do get the ball after half, which is good. It is now tied 3-3. Last week they put up a gang of points, right? But they ain't doing shit in that regard today, at least not so far. They need to pick this shit up, man. That offensive line needs to block so much better. It's just a fucking hot mess right now, especially in the run game. Hot mess. Can't be having that, man. We can't be having that. All right, real quick on the commercial. Let me take a peek. Sacks on the beach, Christian Wilkins. Yep, it's good, man. Yeah, I mean, there are definitely some good moments. Mostly, Sam Aguavian just everywhere. It is mostly defense, though. That is. I mean, the offense really hasn't done much shit. To be straight up, fucking drilled his ass. Sam Aguavian has come to play. Yeah, baby. I'm retweeting out some of the highlights from our defense, and a lot of this is on Sam Aguavian. I just tweeted out too. Sam Aguavian drills a dude, then he got the forced fumble. This nice Bryce Butler toe tap. There have been a couple good things, man, but Christian Wilkins just got the sack. Jerome Baker had a sack. And all right, dude. Just all I know is this offense really needs to get their shit together. This offense, like, that's how I feel, man. They are just playing so bad. So bad. Come on, baby.
Dolphins Sunday at 4 over on grade 38. Rondé Barber, Chris Myers, nice having
Yeah, goofy people.
Dave Silverberry dropped by before coming back to Tampa after having.
Oh, come on, baby.
Before Raymond James was even.
Let's see some offense in this bitch.
He's a big fan.
Let's see some offense.
Matt Gay shows off that leg into the end zone and running it out.
Mark Walton ran it out, gets it to the 24.
From beyond the 25-yard line.
He ran it out of the end zone about 2 or 3 yards into the end zone, runs it out, got it to about the 24.
You know, 53% of the games were one possession games in the league last year, and
damn,
almost 30% were decided by 3 points or less. That's how close a season in terms of wins, losses, and getting.
Come on, boys.
You wonder why they invest in a kicker in the 5th round.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
It's so minuscule, the difference between being 5-11 and 7-8 wins is.
Come on, Rosen.
Simple. Rosen with a lot of scrambling to deliver the ball to Durham Smythe.
See,
down. Dolphins have all 3 of their timeouts as we're nearing the
he got it, but that wasn't very pretty. I mean, I'll take it, but see, like, that's an example right there, though, of now, granted, Josh Rosen is young, but he's not really known for his running ability. Ryan Tannehill, everybody hates that I bring this up too, but I don't give a shit. Ryan Tannehill did some of his best work on the run. That could have easily been an incomplete pass because it was super low. Durham Smythe had to lay out to get that bitch. His ball placement today has been, not what you want, for sure. It's leaving a lot to be desired. A lot. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, I mean, he made it work, though. It was good. That was a good escape from the pocket with the pressure bearing down on him because the offensive line is just they're bleeding, man. They are bleeding right now. They are hemorrhaging. And he got away, he got away from the pressure. He broke out to his left, but the pass was ugly. And he barely got it to the receiver. Like I said, Smythe had to lay out, stretch, take a nap while you're down there, So, yeah, I mean, he doesn't seem to be having all that great of a game. He had it, and that's the thing, right? Everybody was all super hyping him up after, last game, and because Ryan Fitzpatrick started, coming back down to earth, and everybody's like, oh, Josh Rosen is gaining ground on him. No, Ryan Fitzpatrick is coming down to earth. But then he had an all right showing last game. But again, last game, he showed a lot of the same, problems that he had from a year ago and throughout his career. And while he made some really good throws and so on and so forth, I was saying then that Preston Williams actually did the majority of the work on some of those throws. And if you go back and look at the tape, it is the case. Preston, and I mean, everybody knows it because they were talking about the acrobatic catches that he was making and stuff like that. He bailed Josh Rosen out on a few occasions. And, but he also made some really questionable throws and decisions, like the pick six or the near pick six, the interception that almost got taken to the house. And tonight he's struggling pretty hard. So far. But again, to be fair, it's not all him. The offensive line is playing not good at all. I mean, that was like 3 or 4 yards on that run. They had like 2 runs that were like 9 yards, but other than that, they've been just stonewalled in the running game. And, the passing game has been marginally better. So, but again, that's, mostly, I would say for sure it's mostly because of and they just will not give up on this run, though. Maybe because they don't want to get Josh Rosen drilled, but it's not working very well at all. Unfortunately, this is, but, I've been saying it, and I mean, it's only preseason game number 2, but I have been saying it, man. This offensive line is going to struggle immensely. But look, and you can see, see, and that should have been picked, but the defensive back just dropped it. That was a super bad ball placement by Josh Rosen and a risky throw that didn't need to happen. But again, though, the offensive line is breaking down. It's just not. It's not good. It's not good.
You don't get him that easy. I know it's his first time playing the pro game. Maybe
I mean that should have been a pick. 100% should have been a pick.
Very good week of practice against the Miami Dolphins. You get him on the press man coverage. His back is so big. His arms are so long.
Man, this is just
eliminates wideouts and great coverage there. You just gotta finish it.
Well, the good news was, even though he dropped the pick, it was on a 3rd down play. So
God damn, man.
Just over a minute to go.
This offense is just playing atrocious.
Timeouts. Try to snap this tie. Catch called for, bounces and in end zone.
Into the end zone on that.
To the 20.
Man, this is just not good.
It started one series, and Gabbard has taken over since. And for Miami, it's been all Josh Rosen. We would assume that the second half.
The commentators were like, for Miami, it's been all Josh Rosen. He hasn't really done much. And again, to be super fair, it's a lot to do with the offensive line. But just like last year, and I've been saying this, just like last year, he's going to prove to break down behind an offensive line that is garbage. That's why I say that Josh Rosen is likely not going to stick in Miami. There are avenues and possibilities, but likely he will not, because they're not doing him any favors. He went from a situation last year where he, underperformed in large part because of a terrible offensive line, but some people have this delusion that coming to Miami, he's going to have it better in that regard. And that is just, I'm telling people that is just categorically not going to be the case. And, we saw a good bit of it last week, but we're really starting to see it this week. And yeah, it's not good stuff. Oh, there you go, Charles Harris, baby. That's how you do it, boy. There you go. See this defense, though, man. God, I just want the offense to play some complimentary fucking football so our defense doesn't start having breakdowns because they're fucking tired.
Bears with the sack, and the Dolphins do call time because if they get the stop here.
Reset the game clock for 43 seconds.
Baby, there we go.
Seconds on the game clock, please.
They'll have 2 timeouts. There's Brian Flores.
I mean, the defense is showing up pretty good today.
Coaching opportunity in New England.
But again, I've been saying it. This defense is going to be the strength. But if the offense doesn't do anything, they are going to get tired and worn out and then beat. And it doesn't help that we've already, before the season even begins, we have already got a ton of guys who are banged up with various different injuries. Most of them are small, but still. Oh, drilled Gabbert. Nice. See, defense holding it, though, baby. I will be right back.
Another first round pick, Grande, 10th overall by Jacksonville back in 2011. Started 5 games for Bruce Arians back in 2017 for the Cardinals when Carson Palmer got hurt. And a guy that Arians wanted here right away when he got here. Bradley Kenyon. Good kick.
All right, so, oh, punt. Preston Williams got it. Nice, baby. Nice return. So we are on Tampa Bay's side of the field after that punt and return by Preston Williams. God damn it. They were not able to capitalize last time on good field position. After that fumble that Sam Aguavian caused and Eric Rowe picked up, they were on like the 35-yard line of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they could not punch it in. And then they didn't even get any points because they did go for it on 4th, which I agree with that call, but they didn't. They were unsuccessful from the 2-yard line at converting, and so then they just gave the ball back with no points. So they need to prove they're on like the 45 of the Bucks. They need to – come on. Nice. There we go. Rosen stood in there, man. He stood in there pretty tough in that one. He did good. Isaiah Ford with the catch. Looks like it was right at the sticks. Nice. Yeah, that puts us in field goal. Come on, boys. Let's show some life on this offense, baby. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby. Let's go. I need you to do it for me. I need you to do it for me. Come on, show me some life, dude. Here we go. 1st and 10. 1st and 10, baby. 1st and 10. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, come on, Rosen. Nice. Preston Williams with the catch. Okay, we are now out of timeouts.
16-second mark.
16 seconds left. Come on.
Yeah, the officials need to take a look at this.
They will.
It's incomplete. Ball hit the ground.
Definitely hit the ground. You'll see it here in this picture.
Because it was too low again. Oh, no. I don't know if that is clear enough.
However, they will get their timeout back.
I don't know if that was clear enough.
Yeah, clearly.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It was definitely clear on that. Yeah, that was not a reception. It's coming back.
A couple of drops, but everybody's had some drops tonight with this football. But yeah, and those are balls that you have to catch.
Yeah, it happens, and he is a young receiver, so. And, you know, especially after having such a spectacular game last week, you know, it's not surprising that you're going to get humbled a little bit. But it is also wet out there and stuff, so it seems to be a bit difficult for, you know, people to hold on to the ball. Receivers, defensive backs that should have caught interceptions. The quarterback, Blaine Gabbert, had some weird, ugly throw, probably in part because it was wet out. It's coming back for sure. It's definitely coming back. But we probably will get that, or we should get that timeout back. So we should have one more incomplete pass. Second down, though. Come on.
After reviewing the play, the pass is incomplete.
Yep.
Therefore, will be second down and 10 from the 29-yard
That's a good call because it was clearly incomplete.
That timeout will be restored. Miami has one timeout remaining.
All right, one timeout remaining because we get it back. Because since it was an incomplete pass, that obviously stops the clock automatically. Oh, and we get 20 seconds instead of 16. Come on, baby. No, they're gonna give it one or two shots. They should give it 2 tries. It's second down. They should run a second and a third down play to try and get a touchdown or at least closer. You have one timeout. Come on. Watch it. Here comes the rush. Get Rosen. God, dude. Fucking Rosen, man. I mean, the offensive line definitely just crumbled on that play, but he needs to get rid of that ball. He had time to get rid of it. Look, because he stepped up and he felt the nah, you know what? I take that back. The offensive line sucked on that. Rosen made a smart decision because if he did try and throw it, it likely could have been a fumble. So good for Rosen on making the smart decision to just eat the sack. But that offensive line is just fucking.
Yeah, that patented blitz. The top Bulls defense came up big there.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 12. No timeouts. 14 seconds. They got time for one play and not even a spike.
Pressure again. Extra pressure. Throw for Preston Williams. Tipped in the
Oh! No, that motherfucker toe tapped that shit in there. Hell no, he skirted that. He caught that bitch and skirted in there.
There's no reestablishing yourself like in college. You were an eligible receiver. It's really good coverage, though, by Jamel Dean. He's in perfect position. Look, he's in phase. He looks and finds the football. And really just a spectacular.
Oh, he was out.
That left foot out of bounds, he is ineligible.
Oh, that was so close. But that was a brilliant play on the ball. Again, though, Rosen, see, if that was any other receiver, that would have been disastrous for Rosen. See, it's good that he's going to have a guy that he can rely on like that, but he can't be a one-trick pony, especially if our run game is not going to be up to par.
In a battle of field goals.
Fuck. I mean, it's a field goal, so now it's 6-3. That was a beautiful catch. Man, he just barely stepped out, dude.
By Tampa. It's the second time that they've been down close to the red area, and both times defense has stepped up and held them to field goal opportunities. And out on the back, obviously, the field position after the punt put them in good field position to score. I count that to win.
In the second half, we're likely
yeah, dude.
Griffin, who has lit it up.
Oh, that was just.
Preseason careers. Never thrown a pass in an NFL.
We're about to go to half. There's still 1 second on the clock, but
yeah, 300 yards in the second half of the football game.
I imagine
pretty spectacular.
If they do kick it, which they likely will, but the dude's probably just gonna fucking catch it and run that 1 second and kneel it.
Last year with Jameis Winston's suspension.
Fuck, man. But see, Preston Williams, baby.
His time here can only help him.
He just barely stepped out.
Right, Fitzpatrick, who's of course now quarterbacking.
They tried an onside kick.
And that should bring an end to the first half, but it does.
Or not really. It was just probably to guarantee.
Second half, we'll look at the Buccaneers
just to make sure that the clock ran out.
With Dan, who is with Coach Arians.
Bruh, that was not a pretty first half. I ain't gonna lie.
that bubble open earlier. I missed him.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Rosen played the entire first half, so I don't know if they're going to have him play the entire game, but that offense did not look good. That offensive line is just a fucking hot mess. They can't run block for shit, and they haven't done, they haven't done much in the pass game.
Yeah, that's the
But
play that Jamal Dean had. He's been able to.
we won the first half. Yeah, I mean, I guess technically, by the score 6-3, it would have been 10-3, man. But Preston Williams just barely stepped out on that one, man. But that was a beautiful, beautiful catch. That was tough. That was a tough first half. That was a struggle. The defense has been playing, pretty good the whole game. They had a couple, I mean, he caught the ball, but he stepped out of bounds. So it's, not a legal catch. Yeah. But Preston Williams did catch that ball. He caught it and he stepped on the inside of the pylon with his right foot. The problem is he stepped out of bounds with his left foot just before that. No, I mean, I'm saying he caught the ball like he physically caught the ball. Obviously, it's not like by rules a catch because he did step out, but he physically caught that ball and he stepped on the inside of the pylon. It was a beautiful play on the ball. He tipped it up to himself. He tracked it. He made sure he secured the catch. He stepped on the inside of the pylon. He just couldn't, he couldn't get that other foot in. And, yeah. I mean, we're, and it's arguing over the other one he dropped. He didn't catch it. On the replay, it clearly came out. And that's what I said. But I mean, he physically caught the ball. That's all I'm saying. He made a good play. He made a good play on the ball. He physically caught it. He did all the best, the best he could. And he just barely, if you had an inch more inside, I would have been beautiful. And that would have been a touchdown. I love Preston Williams. He's definitely, he's a beast for sure, but he's bailing Josh Rosen out though. He's just totally bailing Josh Rosen out. Because most of Josh Rosen's good throws, like the majority of Josh Rosen's good throws last game and this game have been to Preston Williams. But they've all been like crazy acrobatic catches. And Preston Williams is good at that. But you can't rely on that. Like, he's got to be able to do more than just that. But our offensive line's not going to help him out at all.
Chemistry building, the cohesiveness, and
apparently
communication's got to be there. And the intelligence.
I don't want to fucking listen to Todd Bowles right now. It is in Tampa Bay, so the coverage, the live national coverage, I think I can.
Obviously, everybody doesn't show a lot of things.
I want. No, maybe not. I thought I could. Oh no, wait. Yeah, broadcast. No, hang on. No, that's not what I want. What's this? No, that's not what I wanted. Hi, baby.
Pressure a little bit.
I want to. I thought you could change the broadcast team, but maybe not.
I think initially it was 70. I think it calmed down more to
whatever
55-45, and it all depends on the game plan, what we see, and who it is.
Todd Bowles.
Where I went into it with 10-0 calls, and I've had games where I called 3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean it. If you hurry it up and you run another play before they can review it, then yeah. But it clearly was not a catch. He definitely dropped that one. So I mean, it's fair. It's fair. I don't hate on that.
The type of coach that you expect Bruce to be here.
Bruce is going to be
Bruce Arians, Todd Bowles.
The man's man. he understands trust, loyalty, and respect.
Todd Bowles kind of sounds like
And he understands what he has to do to prepare the team to win.
what's that one character from
And he's going to give you 100% of himself every day, and that hasn't changed since
Family Guy? He sounds like one of the characters from Family Guy. Todd Bowles does. It's funny. Oh, that was a rough first half. Let's see how they do in the second. Yeah, we'll be curious to see if they do put Rosen back out on the field for the second half, or if they're going to go with Ryan Fitzpatrick. We'll see. We shall see. All right, real quick, while it's halftime, let's check out some of the news, the tweets and stuff like that. What the media is saying about what's going on. What I heard. Well, he got the timeout back. They got the timeout back because it was an incomplete pass. Because an incomplete pass automatically stops the clock. So, I mean, that doesn't matter. They got the timeout anyway. Oh, yeah, Charles Harris for the sack. That's good. He needs to pick that up. Come on, man. You're on the end of your contract. You just need to. Dolphins defense has allowed just 88 yards and 2.9 per play in the first half. See, that's what I'm saying, man. The defense has been playing good overall, keeping them, keeping us in this, but the offense has been doing just absolutely nothing to help out the team. Straight garbage. It's a mess. It's the offensive line predominantly. I keep it real, man. It's mostly the offensive line, but it, it's like I've been saying that the offensive line is going to show the weaknesses in the quarterback play, and then it's going to break down the rest of the team on offense. And then the rest of the team, period, because if the offense doesn't do anything, if they go 3 and out, if they're constantly getting shut down, then, offenses, when they play games against, offenses that can move the ball, the defense is just going to end up being, on the field the whole time and getting, winded and shit. Nah, it's cool. I'm good. I'm high enough right now. Man. Rosen took a big hit on that pass. Very close to a touchdown reception by Williams. I was so close, man. Oh, that was beautiful. But that just shows his ability. Preston Williams is a beast, man.
At halftime on a rainy night at the beginning of this game. It's let up for now. We'll see what happens in the second half. A tough night for both offenses early on, but
yeah,
the Dolphins and Bucs defense is coming up with big plays so far.
Yeah, it's been pretty much a defensive game.
We're interested to see how Jameis Winston and company would do this time. They had a good drive last week. Well, you know what? They're moving the ball again today. Same as last week. Jameis looks like he's going to go down, but he tucks it. Instead of going downfield, he runs down.
Yeah, Baker almost had that.
Down, so the Bucs are in good shape. However, on 3rd and 13,
but then he got the next one.
Goes down there, the Bucs go out of field goal range.
Yeah, baby. I mean, the defense is showing some good things.
Quarterback Josh Rosen, sacked by Shaq Barrett. Patrick O'Connor had one on the very next play. And then Blaine Gabbert.
But I mean, that's the thing, man. It's a team sport. So like I talk about all the time how, it's not about just one player. So it's not all about the quarterback. It's not all about just one dude. There's 11 dudes on the field, but it's also all 3 units. You got to have the offense, the defense, and the special teams all playing well together, complementary football. And so you can't have, and people say, defense wins championships. Yeah, defense will win you championships if you have an offense that can still put up some fucking points. If you have a number 1 ranked defense across the board, but you have a number 32 ranked offense across the board, then you're gonna balance out, and your team's gonna be like 8-8 or whatever, right? Or worse, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, we get the
tonight. Again, Bruce Arians trying to see some of these younger guys in the third quarter against the Dolphins right now. It is Miami 6.
We're about to get the ball after half, though, so let's see what our offense can do with it on the first drive after the half. All right. Of course, another commercial, though. This has got to be like 15 million commercials. All right. Let's see what else we got here in the stream. Jason Sanders is good. We all knew this. Carry on. Yeah. Jason Sanders has been doing fine. He's made his kicks. But that's not the problem. I'm not going to make Josh Rosen excuses because of the O-line. I'm not going to make Josh Rosen excuses because of the O-line. Haha. That was Joe Shad with a tweet. I guess he's but think about that, right? So, like, what he was doing there is, like, the concept of, like, having to write the same, like, if you're in detention, if you're in, like, after school detention. And the famous one, I think, was from The Simpsons, when Bart Simpson had to do it right on the chalkboard over and over, I'm sorry for whatever. That's basically what he was doing. I'm not going to make Josh Rosen excuses because of the O-line. But so what he's saying there is Josh Rosen is not playing very well, but I'm not going to make excuses for him just because the offensive line is also playing like shit. That's essentially what that means. So, it's like I've been saying, the offensive line, that's the first problem. Josh Rosen could probably do pretty well if he had a decent offensive line. But that's why, again, I don't think he's going to be even close to, having a chance here in Miami, because they're not taking care of the most important things. They put all this hype into, we need to have the right quarterback, this, that, and the other, but they downgraded at quarterback overall. And then, they completely neglected the offensive line, which then, makes it the situation even worse, because it doesn't matter who you have back there. They're just going to get trampled all day. Anyway, we're coming back. We're about to get the ball. Let's see if they can do something. Our offense has the ball first. All right. Come on. Let's see some better things, man. That was rough.
There's a confluence of things going on here. It's a sloppy day. It's raining. Seen a lot of missed opportunities, drop balls out there. You get more out of the practices than you do the actual game when you play against a team that you practice against all week. And it gets very vanilla. You see a lot of stuff. You see a lot of the same stuff over and over.
Come on.
Yeah, I think that's what we're seeing in this game. It's less than 190 yards of total offense today from both teams. So
garbage offense.
Been a little ugly, but
both sides of the ball, or both teams for the most part. Solid defensive showings from both teams. Garbage offense from both teams.
And we just really haven't seen those guys step up to the occasion so far tonight.
All right, it's coming out of the back of the end zone. Bring the ball out, and now our offense is going to trot out onto the field. Oh, so Rosen is out. Fitzpatrick is in. And so Fitzpatrick gets to play behind, like, third-string offensive line. Somebody's going to rip his beard off.
You remember JT O'Sullivan? I do not remember him playing for 12 teams.
All right, let's see. We got Chris Reed. Calhoun's in.
You're not that old. You're not like Dick Stockton who's calling the game for the Dolphins over here.
Come on.
Paul Revere's ride live when it happened. We get it because we care. And the first throw by Fitzpatrick.
Bad pressure up into Fitzpatrick with a dangerous throw down the middle.
Well, I think we all know Ryan Fitzpatrick, after being here for those couple of years here in Tampa, he could be possibly the streakiest quarterback in NFL history. He has shown both great and the propensity to turn the ball over. But what he is reliable. He's a great team leader. I think he helps this football team, whether he is the starter or whether they decide to go with Josh.
This commentator's like, I think he hopes not. Ryan Fitzpatrick doesn't help this team.
We're going to get to see him.
He's completely useless.
This competition for that position is very much alive.
Completely useless. And this offensive line is still just getting shut down. We can't move the ball at all. And now it's third down.
Players who compete at the same position and those against him will tell you.
Yeah, I was never being in this
3rd and 9, so that's great.
When you sit down with him, he is affable, he's fun, he lets everything rip, whether he's playing as a quarterback or whether he's just keeping things lively in the football team.
Protected on 3rd and 9.
Come on.
And short of the first down at the 30-yard line. Catch made.
Decent protection. Catch by Nick O'Leary, but the ball placement wasn't in a position where he was able to catch and get extra yardage. So 4th and 4, and so we go 3 and out. We're punting. This is going to be a long year. Now, of course, there's a flag down. That's way on Tampa's side, though.
He's only 5'8". It's up across the 20-yard line.
Huh. It might be on Tampa Bay. What happened? Like in the game, overall, it's 6-3 right now, and our defense is playing solid, but our offense is playing like hot garbage.
We'll see who this goes against.
And we just had another 3 and out.
5-yard penalty from the previous spot results in a first down.
Huh. We just got bailed out, though, because they got a 5-yard penalty for having 12 guys on the field.
He's the largest human being on the sideline. But look, if there's one thing that's frustrating this Bucs team the first 2 weeks of this preseason, it is special teams.
Jesus, dude.
There was a couple of
excuse me. This is just. It has been a brutal first half and for this offense, man. Like I said, we just got saved right there. It was 3rd and 9. It went to 4th and 4, but we got saved because they had 12 dudes on the field on the ensuing punt. Like 4 yards on that first down run. No, Rosen's not out. Nah, Rosen was not playing all that well. There were a couple drops by Preston Williams. Rosen had a couple good things, like he escaped the pocket, but even after that, the ball, it was caught by Durham Smythe, but Durham Smythe had to lay out to get it. His body language and posture has not looked great. The offensive line has been playing like trash though the entire game, which hasn't helped. But I mean, you know, he completed a pass to Isaiah Ford, but it was not in a position where he could get extra yardage, and he got Isaiah Ford drilled in the back. Mike Gesicki, he completed a pass to Mike Gesicki, but it was in double coverage and got Mike Gesicki drilled in the back by 2 dudes. Rosen is not playing well. But to be fair, again, neither is the offensive line. And there goes Fitzpatrick, just got demolished. I'm telling y'all, man, people want to get pissed at me because I'm talking truth, bro. This offensive line is just hot garbage. From starters to 5th string, it doesn't matter. It is garbage. Total fucking garbage. Everybody's like, yeah, getting rid of Ryan Tannehill and getting Ryan Fitzpatrick and then trading for Josh Rosen. Yeah, we're going to be the shit now. But we don't do anything about the offensive line, and then you see shit like this.
And nobody's back to receive this punt. There's nobody standing to receive the
okay.
I don't understand why on a special teams it didn't look like they were going.
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about, but the Bucs didn't have anybody back to get the ball. Crazy. Yeah, man, this whole fucking This whole offense is playing like hot garbage. Hot garbage. Man, this is just like, I feel like the rest of this game is just going to be a bunch of punts and shit back and forth. Yeah, I would rather keep Tannehill any day because they're still paying Tannehill for this year, just like they're still paying Adam Gase for this year. It's not like they don't have, you know, anything that they have to pay those guys. But Tannehill is by far better than Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's half the age. He holds a bunch of Dolphins records, one NFL record. He's by far the better player, without question. He's far better on his feet, you know, moving, you know, when he scrambles out of the pocket. But it doesn't matter. Again, it doesn't matter. The quarterback doesn't matter. If the offensive line is garbage, it doesn't matter who's back there. Put Tom Brady or Ben Roethlisberger, and they might do a little better. But I mean, you know, the offensive line, yeah, I mean, yeah, and that's the thing is Tannehill's playing really good for the Titans too. He stands a really good chance to take over as the quarterback in lieu of Marcus Mariota, and I bet you he's going to. Watch. I bet you he's going to take over and he's going to help the Titans, you know, win some games. And everybody, it just annoys the shit out of me. You know, everybody wants to talk shit. You know, everybody just wants to talk shit about fucking Tannehill, you know, when it's not founded. And he proved, man, that dude, he never bitched. He never complained. He went to work. He always said the right things. He fucking grit his way through some tough hits, man. I think it was at the end of 2016, or maybe it was 15. I think it was 15, actually. He was playing, you know, while urinating blood towards the end of the season because of the hits that he was taking. I mean, it's just not comparable. And Josh Rosen, I've said, like, he can be a good quarterback, but he's not going to play well behind a just absolutely atrocious offensive line. And, you know, that's been playing out so far. Again, to be fair, it's only preseason week 2, but, I mean, you know, the trend right now is not good. And, you know, I mean, it's a lot needs to happen for that to change before the season starts. But we're already the team is already pretty, you know, banged up. We have a lot of players that aren't playing tonight at all. Big names too. You know.
And nearly 400 preseason passes.
Yeah, I mean, it's too late now, you know. But look, you know, all what they want, Tannehill, and now, you know, we have Ryan Fitzpatrick and Josh Rosen, who apparently is going to be their savior. And again, to be clear, I think he can be a good quarterback, but it's not going to be here because he's not going to be given an opportunity to succeed. He's being set up to fail. Sam McGuavian has been all over the place tonight. That's another bright spot, though. That's, you know, like one of the few bright spots from tonight. But they get what they want, man. And then, you know, I was like, dude, take an offensive lineman in round 1. Don't let Juwan James go. Find a way to keep him. Take an offensive lineman in round 1. Get a defensive lineman in 2. Take Will Grier in round 3. Keep your draft capital. Do not trade for Rosen. Keep Ryan Tannehill. Don't get Fitzpatrick. God, man, things would be so much different right now. I mean, obviously, there's no way to know for sure because I can't, like, snap my fingers and, like, put these players in onto the team. But I guarantee, man, that if it was that lineup, it would be so much better. You have Juwan James on the right with Tunsil on the left. You have Kilgore in the center. And then or if Kilgore can't do it, you have Garrett Bradbury, your number 1 pick, who I would have picked personally to man the center. That's 3 first-round picks on the offensive line. You have some pretty solid stability there. You got guys that can play guard. And then if you have the solid veteran that you drafted, the Dolphins drafted, that is a proven player for you over the years, as your veteran guy, and then you have Will Grier to groom up behind him, and then next year take another quarterback in the 3rd round. But they didn't. They neglected the offensive line. It's going to end up being, a major Achilles heel. But then what are they going to do? And there's already a ton of talk about this. And, I can't remember exactly. I want to say it was Omar Kelly. It was either Omar Kelly or Armando Salguero. I think it was actually Armando Salguero who had tweeted out about how the Dolphins did not want to trade for Jadeveon Clowney because they want to save their draft capital for next year so they can get a top quarterback in next year's draft. Telling you that is going to be a major mistake. If they spend their 1st round pick and then, possibly even additional draft capital, if for some reason they have to move up, right? Because if we end up winning 3 or 4 games, nah, he wasn't injury prone. That dude played through so much. Oh, and look, Dolphins defense is breaking down. There is a flag, but that was a huge, huge gain because they're getting tired. But yeah, if they take a quarterback high in the draft next year, especially if they have to give additional draft capital away. Oh, it's coming back on a holding. So we're getting bailed out by a penalty or something. Although the defense has been playing well the whole night until then, but that was definitely a major defensive breakdown. I mean, it was pretty well blocked overall, but that was, yeah, I don't know about that penalty actually too, TBH. I think the Bucs actually just got fucked there because that did not look like a hold to me. Yeah, I think that was an over officiation there. They've been doing well for the most part. I mean, that was a good chunk, though, of yardage back. But yeah, anyway, to finish my thought, if they take a quarterback high in the draft next year, especially if they have to move up because they won like 3-4 games and they don't have the number 1 pick, maybe like the number 5 pick or something, then it's going to be a waste because, again, they will neglect the offensive line and whoever's back there is just going to get demolished. But, all indications at this point are that's going to be what happens. And if that's the case, it's going to be a fucking disaster. Nobody says it, man. Nobody talks about that. Nobody says it. And then when I do say it, or when, occasionally when people do say it, everybody's just like, nah, you're stupid. You're just a hater, blah, blah, blah. But we're seeing that shit already start to play out through 2 preseason games. And we're already, I've said it a bunch of times already, we're already getting, pretty banged up too, especially on the defense, which is, should be our strong suit, but see, I mean, so the defense held there, but they should have. That holding penalty, in my opinion, was not good. Yeah, I mean, everybody puts so much emphasis on the quarterback, but it starts in the trenches on both sides of the ball, on offense and defense. But I'd say probably more so, especially considering the emphasis that people put on the quarterback position, more so. There's another flag down on this punt.
I know the slogan for the Bucs is raise the flag, but these officials, it's like throw the flag, the yellow flags, but all over the place.
During the kick, holding, receiving team.
Great. So a holding on us during the kick. That's awesome. Yeah, there have been a lot of penalties this game. I mean, it's just a giant fucking mess tonight. The defense is like the shining star, the glimmering hope, but they're hurt and they're getting tired. Bruce Arians hella red in the face. That's cool though. You know, it's cool, man. I mean, I hate it. Like, I don't want, I want them to prove me wrong, but you know, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. But, you know, and I don't really, you know, I don't take any pleasure in being the motherfucker that says, you know, I told you so, but I also don't have a problem with saying it because it's just fucking, I'm tired of people like just ignoring reality and ignoring facts, ignoring important context and stuff like that. So like, I don't give a fuck, man. I'm gonna be, you know, I'll be perfectly fine with telling everybody how right I was about this shit. I called this motherfucker. Whoever 49 is yeah, that's Sam McGuavian. 49 is Sam McGuavian. He's been balling out tonight. He has been all over the field. He forced a fumble earlier. I think he's had a couple like tackles for loss. He's been killing it, man. He's showing just like he's showing his stuff tonight like Preston Williams did last week. Yeah, for sure. I definitely think that. But I mean, and it's good because, you know, several of our linebackers have little injuries right now that they're working through. So, oi. Sam Aguavian. That guy. All right.
This was earlier at Raymond James, and we were tracking things with Max Defender 8. We want you to be safe this hurricane.
Oh, come on, man.
With Max Defender 8, you have Tampa Bay's most accurate radar, the power to cut through storm band after storm band and pinpoint the severe weather that other radars miss. So trust the radar. It's on your side.
Come on, baby.
Max Defender 8 built for Tampa Bay weather. Things have lightened up, thankfully. It's not raining now. Raining flat.
Man, we are deep in our end zone or our field.
On the Bucs,
nope.
Throw is incomplete.
And more blitzing coming from this Bucs defense.
Yep, that was a blitz.
Uncontested hit here. Look.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick just got drilled. Not drilled, but he took a little bit of a shot there. But that was a risky throw too.
Really weak. You're trying to identify some of those guys on that side of the ball. They just don't have them. But
man,
see what's capable of this Bucs defense when they start lighting up the pocket.
It's a defense
and a run that goes nowhere. What a surprise! Not.
Only one turnover in this game is to take away by the Dolphins on a fumble.
Telling you, man.
Maybe an opportunity here when the Dolphins are backed up inside their own 10-yard line.
What's important if you're a Bucs defense to keep them backed up. Punts from backed up situations usually to.
I don't know, man. I mean, I guess you knew more about Preston Williams than I did then, because I didn't really know much about him until, you know, people started talking about him, you know, in camp. I know he's an undrafted free agent, but he's in camp. He's been doing a lot of good things. Last game, he balled out. 4 catches, 97 yards. Okay. I mean, that was decent. I mean, that was the offensive line crumbled, but that was good by Fitzpatrick to get out and extend the play. He got the pass off, a good reception with good yardage. But there's a flag down. And a roughing the passer play, or roughing the passer call on the defense, so we get an additional 15.
Tell on this replay.
I don't think that it's I don't think it's roughing the passer. I think it's hands to the face.
Yeah, hands to the face. That's what they meant, hands to the face. But it definitely was a personal foul. They called roughing the passer, but that should have been more hands to the face, grasping the face mask.
In that case, the beard acted as a cushion.
But
so instead of 4th down, penalty on
1st and 10 now.
The 32, fresh set of downs for the Dolphins.
But again, though, that's bailed out. That's yardage. Like I bet you anything, we have more yardage on offense from penalties than we do actual yardage, or it's close. That was a good run by Laird. finally another decent run. There's been like 3 all game. The vast majority of our run, like, so if you have a run game that occasionally has a tackle for loss or gets stuffed, okay, that's fine. But when you have a run game that just every once in a while occasionally has a good run, that's not good things. Come on. And another flag. Not much of a run there. And flags come out again, as always. Oh, I don't think I think it was 2 passes. He dropped 2 passes, to be fair. But, he's a young player, man. I mean, if you came into this game expecting that he was going to ball out again like he did last week, then yeah, that was probably setting your expectations too high. But, I mean, I think he only dropped 2 passes. It is wet out there. He's a young guy. And, it's reasonable to expect that after having such a, fantastic game last week, considering all of that stuff, new guy and, young, all that stuff, that he was going to come back down to earth a bit, and he certainly has. But he's still showing some stuff. I mean, that catch he made, even though he stepped out of bounds, just barely. It was a beautiful catch. And he bailed out Josh Rosen on that throw like he did a bunch of times last week. He bailed out Josh Rosen several times last week. Pretty much all of Josh, half or so of Josh Rosen's production last week was to Preston Williams. And it was because Preston Williams was bailing him out with the acrobatic, one-handed catches and diving for it and stuff like that.
Best fits his system.
And the other side of that, Ronnie, it's the second preseason game. You don't want Fitzpatrick getting injured. I mean, the guy's getting hit with these blitzes here.
Yeah, our quarterbacks are getting mushed.
You don't have the depth at that quarterback position.
And to your point, he's getting hit because he's working behind a young and inexperienced and somewhat ineffective offensive line. Plus,
yeah, a young, somewhat ineffective offensive line is what the commentator just said. Somewhat ineffective. No, I wouldn't say somewhat. I would say that they are getting their asses handed to them.
I'd blitz him right here. Make him get the ball out of
yeah, it's 3rd and 13. Of course they're going to come with some kind of pressure. I wouldn't be surprised if Fitzpatrick throws an interception. Delayed.
But he gets across the 41-yard line of the Dolphins, and it is 4th down. Well, whatever they do there, it worked.
4th down. I think he might have ended up getting a yard. Yeah, no, he's a beast, man. I mean, well, he's a smart, big body guy and everything, right? So, he knew, if I'm keeping it real, the ball placement wasn't that great and stuff. And the way he had to kind of come back for it, was a tough adjustment. So he, tipped it up to himself to give himself an extra opportunity. He tracked the ball really well. He managed to get his right foot on the inside of the pylon. He secured the catch. His left foot just barely stepped out when he went to turn around as he spun around. So, I mean, he did absolutely everything he could, and it was an amazing catch. It wasn't successful, but he did bail out Josh Rosen in that regard because the throw wasn't spectacular. He managed to – and so, everybody's hyping up the connection that he has with him, right? But Josh Rosen can't just rely on just throwing up prayers to your big body receiver. One that could get him hurt, but, that's not, something that you can rely on, you got to be able to do more, especially if the running game is not going to, produce anything for you, because then if we start becoming one-dimensional and then it's on, his shoulders, either one of them, Fitzpatrick or Rosen, neither of them are particularly good behind, and again, not many quarterbacks are behind terrible offensive lines. So, in that situation, you're going to start seeing major breakdowns because he does have, significant flaws. He is a young kid. He's got a long way to go, but he's had significant flaws, not just last year, but throughout his college career. And he can still develop and work some of those out. He is still very young. He didn't get really any favors last year in Arizona. He's not getting any this year in Miami, so it's not, all his fault by any means. And I think he could be a good quarterback, but it's not going to be for the Dolphins. And then, because then, think about it too, then if we do take a quarterback high next year, well, then what does that say, right? Because we know Ryan Fitzpatrick is not the future of the franchise. The dude's like 37 years old, right? Not really. But, he is in his 30s. Oh, no, actually, he actually might not be that far off from that. I'm not sure. He's probably mid-30s. I'd have to look that up. But anyway, he's definitely probably around his mid-30s-ish. He's not the future. But so if we take a quarterback high in the draft next year, what does that say about Rosen? Because, we're taking this chance that he could be possibly the franchise quarterback, but you're not doing him any favors now or next year if he is here. And then if you take a quarterback high, well, then that just doesn't show very much confidence or commitment to him. So I think this is a complete mess, and I think they've totally set themselves up for failure and disaster. And despite the fact that there is a lot of potential, we have a lot of good players, a lot of, young potential with high ceilings. There's a lot of good things that have happened, but none of that's going to matter because, of how big of a hole they dug themselves into. The purge that they did in the offseason, guys that they let go, Cam Wake, Ryan Tannehill, who's playing well for the Titans, Juwan James, Frank Gore goes to the Bills, right? You do this massive purge, all of our fucking defensive ends pretty much, Andre Branch, like I said, Cam Wake, all this, and then, the way that they handled the draft, man, it's just, they've set themselves up for failure. I mean, they're making it like as hard as they possibly can on themselves to succeed. And not only does that like blow my mind, but like how people can't see that blows my mind too. Like, it's crazy. And I mean, I know like a lot of it's because people just like getting up in their emotions. People like just to point fingers. They just look at things at face value. They don't care about like nuance or context. They don't want to, delve deep into it and do the work to figure out, what the root causes are. They just look at it on the surface and be like, oh, it must be this because the commentator happened to say it was this. It's like replays. Yeah, I mean, it's like replays, right? Like you got to have definitive, evidence to prove, if you want to overturn, a play on the field, right? Well, it's kind of like that. The commentators, or whatever, the media, they say one thing and everybody just believes it. And unless there's like, overwhelming evidence, and even oftentimes when there is overwhelming evidence, people still are just like, nah, fuck that. I don't care. I'm just going to believe whatever the, stupid, crazy shit I want to fucking believe. It's because I want to fucking believe it. Like the Tannehill haters. Oh, I just want to blame Tannehill because I've decided that I hate him so much. And it's funny too, because I actually didn't even like Tannehill all that much when he first got here. I was not on board with him early on when everybody was on board with him. Everybody, when we first drafted him and shit, everybody's like, yeah, Tannehill. And I was like, I'm not really convinced. But then after a couple years of being the most sacked quarterback in the league and still putting up some pretty damn good numbers, even as a rookie, and then continuing to show toughness and grit, do the right things, say the right things, and then come out and continue to grow and produce, grow into his leadership position, so on and so forth. Man, it was nice. And he proved to me, he earned my trust and respect and stuff like that. And people are just wild, man. But, it's going to play out this season. And unfortunately, it's, the trend of things right now is looking like they're going to prove me right. They're not going to prove – I want them to prove me wrong, but unfortunately, it would seem as if they are going to prove me right. And again, to be fair, it's preseason game number 2, so we still got 2 more preseason games. Of course, the 4th preseason game we probably won't see starters like almost at all. Although you never know because half of our starters aren't even in this game. So you never know. Maybe they will play, but probably not. I mean, it's just
every single special teams.
Yeah, and there are so many flags, dude.
I was going to say, not only could they have.
That's still your punchline.
It was a good setup. We may have seen a trip there. There's Keith Armstrong. Maybe they're discussing whether it was just a.
During the return, illegal block in the back of the return team. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
All right, so this is going against the Dolphins. That will help the Bucs in terms of.
Oh my God, this is just penalties have been, a major problem. Last year, first 3 games had like the 4th highest passer rating. Yeah, dude. See, that's what I'm saying, right? And so, like, after Adam Gase got fired, right? Like, immediately after Adam Gase got fired, Albert Wilson tweeted and was like, he was like, man, if only something to the effect of, I'm paraphrasing here, but something to the effect of, man, if only you gave us another year to show what a genius he was. Right. And before he came to the Dolphins, everybody was talking about how much of an offensive genius he was. And people like to shit on him. But I actually think he did overall. Yeah, he made some bad calls, but everybody does. But I thought overall he showed a really creative offense. And last year, when we had an offensive line it was the injuries. Last year was just the injuries. That's all it was. Right. Because it was just one after the other, after the other, after the other. But it started at the most important position or, area of our offense or of the, arguably of the team, but certainly of the offense on the offensive line. Because when we lost Sitton and then Kilgore, that's when you started to see offensive breakdowns. That's when Tannehill then subsequently got hurt. And those 2 like interceptions that he threw, I didn't think were his fault at all. One of them just, he tried to, and people were saying, oh, he should have just ate the sack. There was a sack earlier that Josh Rosen took that initially I was like, no, he should have thrown the ball. But on replay, I agreed that he should have ate the sack, and that was a smart move by him because if he had tried, it almost, it was almost a guarantee that it would have been a fumble. But in that case, because he didn't have the ability to extend his arm back and have a forward motion, so it most likely would have been a fumble. But Tannehill had enough time, even though the pocket was breaking down. The first one, the ball just bounced off of the tight end's back and just happened to float into the defender's hands for a pick 6. And the other one, Tannehill was trying to throw the ball away, which I thought was the good idea. But again, it just, magically floated into the defender's hands as he was getting pulled to the ground. And then he hurt his shoulder, came out for a few games. And then we just started losing guy after guy after guy. Oh, that's a good run, though. Yeah. Honestly, for me, with Flores,
gap integrity, and Darian Jones has been here for 3 days. That was the wrong gap.
I
turned that thing back to one of those 2 inside linebackers, and he tried to foot fake and miss inside, and that's where that.
After he decided to back Stephen Ross instead of Kenny Stills and that whole fucking deal, I lost a lot of respect for Flores, and people can hate on me for that. I don't care. Like, Stephen Ross held a fundraiser for Donald Trump and a bunch of rich billionaires. And he's like, oh, I'm not a racist, but, his racism isn't a big deal. It's not a deal breaker for me. Then I'm sorry, you're racist by proxy then. If you support that dude, you can't support him and not his policies. And at the end of the day, Stephen Ross doesn't care because he's a billionaire. And Donald Trump got him a lot of money with the $2 trillion tax cut that he got passed. So of course they're going to be friends. I mean, I thought that Stephen Ross was better than that. He does have the rise foundation. But Kenny Stills apparently has been distancing himself from it, as reports have been. But after that, I lost a lot of respect for Brian Flores, because he's a black dude, he's a fucking African American, and so you're gonna support the white male billionaire that supported the blatant racist president who actually affects policy and things in this country, that affect minorities. And you're going to back the white billionaire instead of your player, instead of, the dude that's also a minority. Like, nah, I'm sorry. That does not play well with me. Yeah. I mean, I lost a lot of respect for Brian Flores. And before that, if you saw my arguments, like I always said, he seems like a good person. He seems like a good coach with a decent pedigree, all that and the other. He seemed to have, for the most part, put together a solid coaching staff. Although, one of the guys he chose ended up, having to bow out because of health issues. And then another one he fired a week into training camp because apparently his initial decision to hire the guy was the wrong one. So, after all that happened, then there were legitimate questions to be raised. Well, did he really know what he was doing, as he was putting together that staff? And then you throw that on top, and I lost a ton of respect for Flores. And, but even still, despite all that, I'm going to be the guy that says, and even if this year, next year is not good and we have terrible seasons, I'm still going to be the dude that's like, give him the full 5 years. He's got a 5-year contract. And I think that a coaching staff and a regime should have a 5-year window. I'm going to be consistent on that. But I guarantee you that in a couple years, when we do have a bad team, a sub 500 team, the offensive line is garbage and they continue to neglect that, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's going to be clamoring for Brian Flores to be fired. And it was almost picked off by the Bucs off of a deflection.
Kevin Mitter had a chance maybe of intercepting after Terry Beckner from Missouri got the Fitzpatrick.
Terry Beckner's a guy that I've been meaning.
I mean, this is just fucking.
Right in the middle. You saw his.
This is a mess. And then you add in the bit of drama that just surfaced like the other day about, Minka Fitzpatrick's mom coming out on Twitter or something saying about how the Dolphins are misusing him. And he didn't deny it. He even said she was right, or he said, quote, she's not wrong. So now you have your number one pick from last year, who the owner, expressed, some disagreement with the pick initially, but now you have the drama with your number one pick from last year. And it's a shame, dude, because that Minka Fitzpatrick can be an all-star, dude, but they're wasting him. They're wasting him, not just, how they're using him in the defense potentially. I mean, I'm not going to say that for sure right now, although I think so, but potentially misusing him in the defense. But also, if the team is shitty for the next few years, he's, going to be working through his young years and his prime, on a crappy, terrible team, if that's the case. And it's so disheartening to see them make these mistakes because, wow. And I mean, this is just getting worse. This is just getting worse. The offense is like falling apart.
Left side of your screen there.
It's collapsing. I'm telling you, bro, like people want to, like I said, people want to hate on me. They want to get all pissed because I say these things. But watch. I'm going to be proven right, unfortunately. And don't nobody ever want to listen, but they're going to listen.
Out of bounds inside the 30. Well, later you'll have a chance to vote for the.
Yeah, no worries, man. If I don't see you, then have a good one.
Over to WFLA, the Twitter page. We'll announce the candidates.
Yeah, I mean, after after I'm done, when the game's over, I'm gonna do my post game breakdown and analysis and stuff, and then I gotta work tonight, so I'll be gone this evening.
The first touchdown of this game.
Who had 119 yards receiving in the
Yeah.
quarter last week. So
I mean, this has just been fucking.
see what happens here. But Bobo Wilson,
But I mean, I'm not surprised. Like, I seen the shit coming, especially with the offensive line. I seen it coming. And the defense has been the strong suit so far, and I've been saying that too. But just as much as I've been saying that, I've also been saying that the defense is going to end up breaking down because they're going to get tired because the offense is inept. And it's already shown up in this game. Even though you're cycling through, first, second, third, fourth string. But again, our defense is, got a ton of players that are like banged up and not playing tonight. That was good coverage. Who is that? Lamons? Lamons has been doing some good things. I can't think of his first name.
I'll give some credit to the Dolphins defense, and sloppiness of the game has benefited from that.
And again, the scrimmaging during the week seems so familiar.
Dude, like, we may end up winning this game like 6-3. But and I guarantee you that people will make a bigger deal about that than needs to be. Especially fans, especially Dolphins fans. Oh, come on. Wow. You had 3 dudes right there. You couldn't get him fucking down, and you just let up a big play. But see, like I said, man.
Escaping to his left. You've seen him do this last week. He does it.
The defense is going to break down.
Shoulders and throw across his body to Justin Watson there, who had a fantastic.
And their offense is playing better. Yeah, the offense, I've been saying it the whole game for sure. The offensive line is playing like absolute garbage. And yeah, I mean, they should absolutely, keep an eye on veterans who are going to be available. But, unfortunately, the holes on the offensive line right now are so glaring. I don't know that they're going to be able to find anything adequate enough to, allow us to be competitive. I mean, this offensive line is just getting mauled, and it has been all day from the starters all the way through, till now. And it's been getting worse. It's just been getting worse. So, it doesn't show a lot of
49-yard line of the Dolphins. Griffin with a quick throw.
Ooh, nice defensive play there by Nick Needham. God damn, man. It's so disappointing because the defense, I think the defense has such potential. And when you look at our offensive skill players, when you look at the wide receiving core, when you look at the running backs, when you look at, the tight ends even, I think that there's a lot of potential and talent there, but it's not going to matter. None of that is going to matter. The weapons around, the skill position players on offense and the defense, even though they could be quality, it's not going to matter because the offensive line is going to sap the entire team. Wow. 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 I mean, just total breakdowns, bro. Total breakdowns. Total breakdowns. Look at that. Just too much. See, look, if he didn't slip right there, he could have possibly taken that to the end zone. I told you guys, look, man, the Dolphins defense is getting worn out now. They're not going to be able to keep up. And we might see the first touchdown on the board, Decent run stuff, but just decent because he's still got 2 or 3 yards, and they're only like 7 yards away from the end zone now. We've been putting Band-Aids on this O-line for years, so it's one more year. I'm not for trade draft picks, but we are deep at wide receiver, maybe a trade for players. Yeah, No, absolutely. All we've been doing is band-aiding the offensive line for years and years and years. And I've been saying they handled the draft so wrong. First of all, I don't think that I think they should have found a way to keep Juwan James. I do think that they should have kept Josh Sitton into camp, although to be fair, I think he did retire. But I thought they should have tried to keep him in camp as well. And then I would have done the draft way different. I would have taken Garrett Bradbury in the first round, one of the top offensive linemen, your center for the future, especially since there was a run on defensive linemen in the first round. And I would have got a defensive lineman in round 2, not traded for Josh Rosen. I would have gotten Will Grier in the third round, and I would have kept Ryan Tannehill over Ryan Fitzpatrick. And you would have given you would have given yourself an opportunity, to do things. But as far as we got tons of wide receivers. I personally thought they should have just let Devontae Parker go this offseason instead of signing him to an extension. So for me, if anybody, I would get rid of Parker.
Ran the ball on three straight occasions, actually the exact same play on 3
I don't really have so much problem with Gesicki and Smythe yet. I think Gesicki has the potential to be a really dominant pass-catching tight end, and Smythe is known for his blocking. That's why they drafted those two guys last year, right? The year before this most recent draft. And I think they have the potential to do that. But again, none of the skill position players even really matter. The quarterback doesn't matter if the offensive line is just absolutely trash. But it's like you said, man, they've been just band-aiding it. And so what? They decided in the third round this year they're going to get Michael Dieter, who up to this point has underperformed. To be fair, he is a rookie and so on and so forth, but he has underperformed. He's had a ton of penalties already, not a ton. Be fair, but he's had a few. He definitely last game, I think he had 2, maybe 3. He had one this game, but he got saved because the first quarter ran out. And they needed tight ends. We needed tight ends because we hadn't had any good production out of tight ends in so long. We needed guys. But I'm telling you, man, if you would have had Laramie Tunsil at left tackle, possibly Josh Sitton, if he would have, stayed not, unretired, if he would have stayed playing. But even if not, then you have somebody else, slide in there, whatever. But then if you have either Daniel Kilgore or Garrett Bradbury, the number 1 offensive lineman in the draft, also a center, he'd be your center for the future. You have him there at center if Kilgore can't do it or if he gets hurt. And then you have like Jesse Davis or somebody at right guard. And then if you keep Juwan James, manage to keep him at right tackle, that would actually be a damn good offensive line overall. And certainly one that would have, potential to do some things, give the quarterback some time to throw, open up some running lanes. Because then you have Kenyon Drake and Kalen Ballage and Mark Walton and Myles Gaskin. Well, obviously the draft would have been different. But you still would have at least had, Kalen Ballage and Kenyon Drake for sure. Then you have your wide receivers, Kenny Stills, Albert Wilson, Jakeem Grant, Bryce Butler, Isaiah Ford, Preston Williams, the undrafted free agent, Alan Hearns, the guy they brought in, Devontae Parker, if you want to count him, right? And then the tight ends, Nick O'Leary and Mike Gesicki are good pass-catching tight ends. And then you have Durham Smythe and Dwayne Allen and Clive Walford, who are good blocking tight ends, and Clive Walford and Dwayne Allen can do a little bit in the pass game. So can Smythe a little bit too, right? So I mean, I think personally they had the wrong approach. I don't know, because I think to me that just says a Band-Aid on the offensive line. Yet again, Michael Dieter in the third round, they could have had, a first-round offensive lineman. Easily could have had a first-round offensive lineman. And I like Christian Wilkins. I think he's a good player, and he even got a sack earlier tonight. But I would have done it differently for sure, without question. Jake Ruddock is now in.
2017.
So they decided they do not want to get Ryan Fitzpatrick murdered anymore. Chris Reed, Will Holden are in on the offensive line.
And then Ryan Fitzpatrick. Blitz, and we have a whistle.
And there's a flag. Lovely.
David Kenny rushing from the outside.
False start on us. More bad.
Still first down.
Yeah, we have forced
Please
that.
reset the game clock to 9:47.
We have forced that penalty by adding some pressure. Let's check it with Dan.
Man, this is just
All right, Sam, for those how we're watching the play call here.
So bad.
Our offense moved down the field to start this game tonight. Two games you've been able to move the ball. What are your impressions here at one drive each game?
Yeah, on my offense, you just want to come out and start fast. That's our whole mentality, coach.
decent run. This Laird guy is doing some things at the running back position. I'm with you, but money is always the issue. They let people walk to clear cap for next year, but I hate waiting for them to figure out the O-line. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't buy the cap argument so much because, for one thing, the cap goes up every year. It just does. Every year, there's more and more cap space. Now, I agree that they have historically misused their cap space, and I disagree with having, high-priced veteran free agents that you take. I think you should supplement through free agency, but you should always build through the draft. If you do that and you draft right, you will naturally have a lot of low-cost, high-potential guys. But that's not what they do. But either way, though, I mean, when you have the massive purge, you get rid of a lot of the big names that we did. They had tons of cap space now, and they could have kept one or two of those guys. Like I said, Robert Quinn, I was kind of neutral with him, but I was like, okay, I'm all right with getting rid of him. Andre Branch, definitely, I said get rid of him. I would have liked to have tried to keep Frank Gore, but, it's not the worst thing. Jawan James and Cameron Wake are the two players that, without question, I would have found a way to keep. 100% without question. I think that's just a complete fail on the part of the Dolphins to keep those two guys. And they could have. To me, personally, this is my perspective, but the cap argument is just an excuse.
The Dolphins. Chris Myrick, the rookie from Temple, the same school that Bruce Arians got his first head coaching job with.
And now, Chris, we're seeing a bunch of these younger defensive players.
Come on, man.
In the fourth quarter, safety is a position.
Let me see something.
Kind of in flux a little bit. We talked earlier, they brought in Darian Stewart. Had some injuries with Justin Evans. He hasn't played yet. So
right, because then also, too,
their opportunity here to impress this.
Yeah, absolutely. Wake leaving. I mean, you lose all those defensive ends. You create a hole just by losing the numbers. William Hayes, too. He's not on the team anymore, William Hayes. So not only do you lose the numbers, I would have kept him, too. But then you lose definitely quality. Cameron Wake for sure should not have left. And it created a hole that didn't need to be there, at least not to that extent, And, I just think that it looks like Isaiah Prince is hurt. So now we have another offensive lineman. So we have an offensive lineman who's getting hurt or who's hurt. But then look at the people that they've brought in on the offensive line. They get Michael Dieter in the third round, who, again, up to this point, and to be fair, again, he is a rookie and so on and so forth, has to adjust to the NFL, but they take him in the third round. He's underperformed and had a bunch of penalties so far. They bring in Chris Reed, who's been nothing more than like a backup pretty much his entire career. They brought in, a bunch of guys that are not really that proven. At least when they brought in Sitton and Kilgore, right, everybody's like, oh, they're old, they could get injured, which is true, and that did happen. But at least the positives for them were they both played lots of games in the NFL. They have tons of experience. They were starters. We just had another holding play or call on us. They actually had like, wins in the postseason. One of them had a Super Bowl ring, right? So like there's a pretty stark difference to the guys that they decided to bring in this year for the offensive line than like, the guys that Adam Gase brought in, as far as veteran, as far as free agents, veteran free agents. I think they've completely like Jake Rudock just took a hard hit, but there's a roughing the passer call on it.
Penalty backs him up. Penalty moves him forward.
Yeah, look, I mean, I don't want it to be misconstrued. I think Dieter might possibly be, a good player at some point. I don't think it's going to be this year, though. I think it's going to take at least, a couple years for this kid to develop and really come into his own and, to be a good player in the league. But he doesn't even really have all that much veteran leadership here either. He's got Kilgore and Tunsil, which are really, it, right? But I think it's going to take a couple years. But unfortunately, especially if they continue to neglect the offensive line, I mean, there's been tons of talk about that they're going to take a quarterback high in the draft next year. And that's going to be a super foolish, another foolish mistake to me if that's what they do. But that's the thing, though, and even if it took him, like even if next year, right? Even if in his second year he starts really coming on, they took a guy, in a mid round who wasn't really, who isn't really ready to be thrust into this, major role with so much pressure on him. And it's gonna show. It's gonna show. I think he'll be all right, maybe eventually. I mean, he seemed to be an all right player in college, a solid player in college, but
I'm sorry. And then John Battle with great coverage on Clyde Wolford knocked that play when he's a guy that just brought in last week.
I mean,
a couple of injuries.
3rd and 7. We're in the red zone, but
he got released and waiver wire claim.
Played at LSU from Hallandale,
and intercepted. Yay! God damn, dude.
Why would you even look over there? I mean, he erases receivers with his size. What a great play by Jamel Dean.
Man.
Great week of practice, we mentioned it. He gets his NFL career off with an interception in his first game.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to end up losing this game because our offense is just proving to be as inept as they possibly can prove to be, pretty much. And the defense is starting to break down. And I feel like even if they don't let up a touchdown, they're probably going to end up letting up another field goal. And I think we're going to end up losing this game. And, whatever, it's preseason game 2, so who cares? We won last week, put up a lot of points, but none of that matters. At the end of the day, it's the quality of play that you see on the field. And people, and I was saying, I said, right, last week was a solid first step into them proving me wrong about all the things that I, think are going to happen. Overall, it was a solid, they put up a good amount of points. The offense surprised me. Preston Williams, balled out. The defense played well, so on and so forth. But, I mean, this is a stark drop-off, and it's very troubling. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think we have a lot of, good young talent with high potential, but, I mean, it's like I said, the thing that disappoints me the most about that is that doesn't matter, and I've been saying that the defense could be our strong suit and could be really good, but that doesn't matter when, because likely the offensive line is going to be so bad, and then the offense is going to subsequently be so bad that it's going to negate any of the good things that we do on defense or whatever, and it's disappointing.
Check in on Dan Lucas and some injuries. Dan?
Chris, a couple of injuries here in the second half. Linebacker Kazan Daniels has a knee injury, questionable for his return. Also, defensive lineman Shane Bowman is questionable to return with an ankle.
Thank you very much.
Couple Bucks got injured.
Defense, Jack Cicci playing in his first game this season.
Well, we got 6:23 left in the fourth. That was a solid run stuff. Baby, go lay down.
You can vote for the Achievement Credit
Hey,
Union.
go lay down.
Go to
Yes, go lay down.
Twitter page.
Stop it. Go lay down.
Vote. There's the candidates.
What are you doing?
Middle of the field. Bobo
What are you doing?
to the 39-yard line.
Say hi.
Bobo continues to show up with opportunities to catch football. It brings that one down. Really
God
good
damn
job
it,
by
man.
Griffin. As we've seen him in the fourth quarter last week, show it again here. Buying some
You can tell, man. You can tell that the defense is getting fucking gassed.
I like the hurry-up offense with Griffin.
Yeah, and especially because they're – yeah, see, go to the hurry-up offense. They know we're getting tired, man. I'm telling you, bro. They're good. Oh, no. Oh, no, wait. There's a Dolphin down.
88 all go. And Tanner Hudson does a great job letting Ryan Griffin know that
Rivers. I don't even know who that is.
Put a beautiful ball.
I have no idea who this dude is.
A huge game for the
If he gets hurt, that sucks for him.
Dolphin after a gain of 31 yards. Ball is spotted at the Miami 30-yard line. It's David.
Yeah, honestly, dude, I think that's probably, close. I think the defense is going to end up spending the vast majority of the time on the field because the offense is not going to be able to move the ball. They're going to be going 3 and out a lot. And they're going to get worn out. They're going to have breakdowns. Absolutely. I've been saying that 3 wins is probably about where they're going to be at. So I agree with that. But, look, if we do win 3, 4, or even 5 games, especially if we won 5 games, that would be even more problematic to me because, I do not advocate for tanking and I would never agree with it ever. But practically speaking, logically speaking, right? And this is one of the possible concerns that people talked about with having Ryan Fitzpatrick on the team is that if we win more games than we would want to, if we want to get a high enough draft pick to take a quarterback next year, then, if we win 5 games and surprise everybody and win 5 games, because all the odds makers think we're only going to win like 3. But if we surprise people and win 5, then that could, give us a pick that's like, yeah, they just don't. Well, certainly not on the offensive line. But I'm just saying, as far as theoretically tanking, I don't agree with it. But if they win enough games to where, let's say they have pick number 6, right? So they're not like 1, 2, or 3, or not in the top 5, just barely outside the top 5. And then you have Justin Herbert and Tua Tagovailoa, who are expected to go, in the top 5. If they want to get one of those guys at that point, then they're going to have to spend additional draft capital to move up even just a couple spots. And, you'll give away 1 or 2 good picks that you wouldn't have had to otherwise. But, I have the feeling that they will do it. They will go up, even in that situation, they will go up and they will get a guy. And I disagree with that even more than I disagree with taking a quarterback in the first round without moving up or trading away draft capital. I don't think they should take a quarterback in the first round, period. I think they should take a quarterback every year in the 3rd round or later, depending on your need at quarterback and how confident you are. But they should never take a quarterback in the 1st or 2nd round, in my opinion, and they certainly should never move up to get a quarterback ever, point blank, bottom line, period. That's my perspective. And but I have a feeling that they're either going to take, a quarterback high in the 1st round if they are in like the top 5, or if they're not in the top 5, I bet that they will trade up and they will go get a quarterback and once again neglect the offensive line and just, put a couple bandages on it, and then everybody's gonna fucking act all surprised when the fucking floodgates open, and the 1st round quarterback that we pick gets fucking mauled because the offensive line is garbage. Another solid run stuff there. Just saying, man. I'm just saying. The writing is on the walls. This shit is spelling out, and people just a lot of people just refuse to see it, man. But that's cool. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to point that shit out, because I know a lot of the other podcasters and stuff. I think that TD Finn's talking, Dougley Do Wrong. I say this all the time. I think they're good guys, and they're having fun. They make they do a good show. They're entertaining. I got respect for them and stuff like that. But they try and paint this beautiful picture and try and sell everybody all this false hope, man. And because it's just it's not going to be reality. This team is not going to be good. Tua struggled in big games, and Oregon quarterback I haven't seen enough of because I live on East Coast. Yeah, but I don't want either. I want Clemson quarterback the following year. Yeah, I know Tua and Justin Herbert are, I don't follow college super closely. Normally, I do my studying up on players, a little bit before the draft. So the couple months before the draft starts, or the few months before it starts, I start studying up on the guys that are coming out in the next draft, because I don't usually have enough time and resources to do all that research and stuff, way ahead of time and stuff like that. So, and I don't have a ton of time to just sit down and watch college ball either. Certainly not as much as I would need to evaluate all the prospective players. But like I said, I never want to take a quarterback in the 1st or 2nd round. You have the example of Tom Brady, the GOAT, right? He was a 5th round quarterback. There are enough examples of quarterbacks taken in rounds 3 or later that have had plenty of success, but there are probably hundreds of quarterbacks that were taken in the 1st round that were just, average or busts. So, I'd rather go with a 3rd round or later.
Remember, this is all a byproduct of what we saw with the Rams and the Saints and the
the Tampa Bay Bucks are getting to challenge this pass interference. This is the first time I'm actually getting to see this live. There was one in the Hall of Fame game. This actually piqued my interest.
They're going to be ticky-tacky. In old football, you would never call that pass interference. No official would call it pass interference. It's just the nature of the contact, the receiver and the defensive back running down the field. The one in the playoff game was so egregious, it's making all these other minor type fouls come to light.
And they're now, when they're reviewing them, they're calling even the light stuff.
Let's see how this goes. I'm curious.
For some around the league.
Well, if New York is looking at that, they also.
This
last one too. They could call this offensive pass interference. Justin Watson has his arm.
Yeah, I was gonna say that looked a little bit more like offensive pass interference than defensive pass interference. TBH.
Look, there was both offense and defensive.
But yeah, you could also just easily negate it. Just pick the flag up.
Funny, we were talking to Bruce Arians before the game at his office here at Raymond James Stadium. He had that red challenge.
Yeah, I mean, as Dolphin fans, like I said, I respect them and stuff, and I definitely.
Please set the game clock for 3 minutes and 38 seconds. Incomplete pass.
Well, there you go. You're going to see a lot of that type of thing during the course of the year. And if they get it right at the end of the day or at the end of the play,
Wait, did they just?
I think so. And
Did they just say that the pass or that the penalty stood? Oh, that's kind of bullshit.
If everybody's watching it at home, we have the technology. We got to go with it. It's like I think college. We got to have every play.
Well, I think you said it best last week. There is no going back.
Yes, every play needs to be reviewable.
And whatnot, but they've made this decision, and it's only going to get more involved.
I've been saying that shit for a while, man. And touchdown, like I said, touchdown Tampa Bay. Yeah. God damn it, man. Because the defense is getting tired. Yeah, man. See, like, people try and question my Dolphins loyalty just because I criticize them and I point out things that the ugly truths that people don't like to admit to or acknowledge. But nah, fuck that, man. I bleed aqua and orange. I've been a Dolphins fan as long as I've been watching football. Always will be. I'll support them no matter what. But I want to see them do right. I want to see them do better. So I'm not going to just ignore the problems or anything like that. I'm going to identify them. And then, there's not really a lot I can actually do besides put the word out there and get people talking about stuff. But that's the way to start it, man.
Miami defenders not knowing who's supposed to be covering number 88 into the flat and Ryan Griffin.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, this is just
set up by a very interesting no call, then challenged, then pass interference on the defense call against Miami. Take advantage for the first touchdown of this game with just over 3.5 to play.
But the offense is not going to answer. Watch. They're not going to be able to answer. The defense is breaking down. They finally, after all this time, with only 3.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, finally got tired enough to break and give a touchdown. They held strong all this while, and the fucking offense is going to come out and look like a fucking fish out of water. Touchback out to the 25.
It began when Jake Rudock had Miami in position to add points, but Jamel Dean's first career interception turned the tide. Bucks march the other way, and it's 13-6.
Yeah, see, there were 2 turnovers in this game. The fumble that we recovered and the interception that they just got. They got a touchdown off of theirs. We got no points on ours.
Must-win situations, and here we go.
Set up by the Dolphins to Kenneth Farrow, who's knocked down.
That was pretty well covered overall.
Good reaction there by
they're just like.
making sure he made that tackle. Oh, Lucas Dennis, safety.
Free agent from Boston College.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby. Nice. Good run, baby. Oh, there's a fucking flag, though. Of course. Wow. Of course. We have a good run, but then it comes back on a fucking 10-yard holding penalty.
Penalties for the Dolphins, just as Bruce Arians was last week with 16, 14 accepted against Tampa Bay. Numbers aren't that bad against the Bucs today, although they've had their share.
Oh, my God.
So this is a big one against Miami.
We're trying to get back into a football game or go down and your opportunity to get a winning score here. So I'm sure Brian Flores is not going for the extra point. He'll go for 2 if they do.
Yeah, I'm 30, man. I just turned 30 this year, and I've been a Dolphins fan for a minute. But yeah, it's going to be a long year for sure.
Buccaneers in the area, including Jamel Dean.
I really believed that. I personally believed, and a lot of people hate me for this, but I really believed that Adam Gase was going to be the answer, and I thought that he got fired prematurely due to a lot of factors that just were out of his control.
he looks different. Let's put it that way. You know, you got Vernon Hargreaves. He's not that big.
And despite the fact that I'm the dude that says Brian Flores deserves a full 5 years, he deserves to be given his entire guaranteed contract to prove if he can do it, just like I advocated with Adam Gase. I guarantee you that after 2-3 years of, you know, mediocrity or worse, you know, almost everybody, you know, is going to be clamoring for this regime to be fired and everything too. And we're just going to be stuck in the same cycle of shit. I'm just done with Stephen Ross. Stephen Ross needs to not be the owner of the Miami Dolphins anymore. In fact, there's news that Jay-Z is interested in buying a franchise. Fergie is already a part owner. Rick Ross is already a part owner of the Dolphins. I think that might be a good match. And I would like to see I think that would be awesome. I think if Jay-Z became the owner of the Dolphins, I think that he actually might, like, you know, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how he would be in making football decisions, but I mean, he couldn't at this point, he doesn't even have a record as a football franchise owner, and Stephen Ross's record hasn't been very good. So, and I'm done with Stephen Ross. I think his decisions, you know, his football decisions have just not been good. And I absolutely, on a fundamental moral level, I disagree with his support of Donald Trump. Jay-Z? You don't think Jay-Z has that kind of money? Bruh, are you serious? Jay-Z and Beyonce, you don't think they could buy the Miami Dolphins? I guarantee they could. Absolutely. Hell yeah, they got the money. Damn right they got the money. That's like, I guarantee they got the money. They could purchase the team if they wanted to. Abso-fucking-lutely. Hell yeah. Stephen Ross is a billionaire, you know, in real estate. I guarantee that, you know, Jay-Z, but especially between the two of them, between Jay-Z and Beyonce, they're billionaires, and they're, you know, also big public figures. I don't know. I think it would be cool. I think it would be interesting. But yeah, I'm done with Stephen Ross.
That 9 and 7 year with Jameis Winston, but it's really all we've seen.
Although, I mean, having said that, though, I don't expect that he's, you know, I don't expect he's going to step down or sell the team or anything like that. But I think he should. I mean, and look, you know, again, to be fair, I personally do believe that he has done a lot of wonderful things in the community. I think that, you know, in Florida, I think that, you know, I gave him a ton of credit for, you know, paying for the stadium and for being the only owner that advocated for the Raiders not to go to Vegas, because it was going to be, you know, a massive financial burden on the taxpayers of Vegas, you know, and so he has a lot of good, man, but I think he negated a lot of that with his support of Trump. Billions, I'm pushing 40. I don't listen to them. If you say they do, then I'd be okay with it. I mean, I don't exactly know what their net worth is, but knowing who Jay-Z and Beyonce are, I can almost guarantee that they're billionaires. Let's see, I can probably look it up. What is the net worth of Jay-Z and Beyonce? So they're not multi-billionaires, but they are billionaire. Oh, nice. But can the offense fucking do anything? There's 2 minutes and 7 seconds left. We get the ball apparently, but can we do anything with it? So Google says that Jay-Z and Beyonce combined are worth $1.35 billion. So not multi-billions,
That does not happen.
but they are billionaire.
I don't know that
Billionaires.
I've ever seen that.
Bruce Arians wants to see it again.
Let me
So
see
we'll show
this.
you again. Right here.
It's great coverage by this unit. They got him corralled, and then
Oh, fumble by us.
Look at all the Bucs that have stopped.
Oh, but it went right into fucking Lamon's hands. That was nice. Yeah, that was good. But that was just hella luck. Okay, can the offense actually fucking move the ball and tie up this game? They're on the 49 of their own on their own side. Okay, come on. There you go, Clive Walford down to almost the 40 of the Bucs. Let's go. Come on.
Buccaneers have come from behind to take a 13-6 lead, but the Dolphins are on the move.
2 minutes.
2-minute warning.
Timeout.
We have the ball on the Bucs like 41 yard line. It is 13-6. The Dolphins have an opportunity, man. Destiny is in their hands. Fate is in their hands, and they have a chance to tie this game up. Although, frankly, I don't really want to see preseason games go into overtime. But the one exception would be is if this team showed some grit and some fight, to come back and win this game. Because then I would like to have another bright side. I think Sam McGuavian is a bright side from this. The defense as a whole is a bright side from this game. But after that, it gets pretty bad from my perspective. So it would be nice to have another thing that I could say positive. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Jay-Z and Beyonce have a combined, but I gotta feel like they have access to more than that, though. You know what I'm saying? Through like credit and shit like that. Like, because if they wanted to take out a loan, I mean, I know Jay-Z, has like a fucking platinum card with no limit and shit. So, I'm pretty sure they have a combined net worth of 1.35 billion, according to Google. But I'm pretty sure they could find a way. Although, like I said, I seriously doubt Stephen Ross is going to sell the team, but I think he should. Frankly, I mean, I think the fans should put pressure on him too, but right now that's not going to happen because there are too many fans that are caught up in this delusion and think that he's making the right choice and that this regime's making the right choice, but the right choices, but it's going to play out. I'm predicting from my perspective, I'm predicting it's going to play out to the opposite effect, but we shall see.
Totaling 88 yards, 34 rushing, 54.
Come on, guys.
43% of the thanks for checking it out on the WFLA Twitter page.
Off game that didn't have much offense. He was kind of it, especially in the second.
Come on.
Really impressive runs early, making people miss.
Oi, does that dude have a real glass eye? Yeah, he does. Holy shit. They just panned to a fan and Jake Ruddock just got sacked. So, yep. It doesn't look like they're going to capitalize, but, why would we expect that? This offensive line all day has been just fucking garbage.
So often and so well.
Nah, man, I'm not leaving Mr. Ross alone. He supports a racist, bigoted, misogynist prick that's destroying the country, and I'm not going to leave him alone.
Well, that was a really good job by quarterback Rudolph.
Yeah, I hear you, Joe. I hear you, man.
So to speak, and waiting for that defense. Zone defense to break down. He found a great.
If I was a billionaire, if only I was a billionaire. Oi. Did they get it? Reese Horn with the reception.
Been playing the whole second half on defense, doing all the special teams.
It looks like they gave it to him, and they got a playoff. Oh, Laird. Patrick Laird. They got 45 seconds, no timeouts. They are on. All the Bucs used a timeout.
Tampa Bay, they're first. It will be 30 seconds.
You think they just let it run, but I think Todd Bowles
All right, dude.
What I saw.
I mean, yeah, whatever. If that's your response, then cool.
Get a fresh body or two in here, maybe a pass rusher, and whatever blitzes he has up, Todd Bowles, and I'm sure it's not a lot of them.
Come on, offense, man. Fucking do something.
And on 2nd and 4, the Dolphins.
This is actually the best the offense has looked like the whole game, which isn't saying very much.
They get a touchdown.
They got like super backups in there now, though, too, to be fair. But also, to be fair and clear, the offense has been garbage the entire game. So
I know, but football, you can't get enough after scrimmaging.
Yeah, they haven't had a
come on,
with them for 3 days already.
come on, come on.
They're too familiar. Look at that. They're lining up like they're bringing a lot of extra pressure.
And they are. Ah!
Great defensive play there.
He got rid of it before he got smothered.
Yeah, John Battle.
Jake Ruddock took a nice hit.
Another big frame. I mean, it says he's 6 feet 200, but he looks bigger.
Yeah, he's a longer safety, good football player. He worked out there tight end, and man, that's great.
He should have caught that though, man. Come on.
The ball, punching it through the receiver's hands for the incompletion.
Come on. 3rd and 4, man. Come on, dude. At least get the fucking first down, for fuck's sake. And give yourself another few attempts. Come on, come on. There you go. Yeah, baby. Oh, my God. They're going for 2. Ah, dude.
They're going for 2.
No, but I'm sorry. I don't trust the offensive line to fucking come through. But let's see. Maybe they can prove me wrong. Prove me wrong right now. I mean, it's either win or lose. This is it. I mean, because, you know, they could go for an onside kick if they don't get it, but
to still win the football game. Very similar to what Pittsburgh had last week where they had to win. You see 2 guys covering the tight end right there. Nobody on the back to the flat.
Nice. That was good, though. All right. Can they do it? Can they pull it off? There's a lot of pressure, and they got it. Nice. There you go. Okay, good. See, they gave me something else I could say good about them after this. Brilliant. I like it. I mean, it's still a net loss in my perspective because the offensive line played like fucking trash the entire day, and an already banged up defense, as expected, wore down because they had to spend the majority of the game on the field. But the overall play of the defense, the play of Sam McGuavian, Minkah Fitzpatrick, and that last drive to come back and potentially win the game, some bright sides. Even though, but the funny thing though is that was with, you know, backups that probably won't, a lot of backups that probably won't even be on the team. And Jake Ruddock, I mean, he's not going to be the quarterback. He's not going to overtake Rosen or Fitzpatrick. At best, he'll be on practice squad, which I think would make sense. I think Jake Ruddock is a solid developmental quarterback that probably should go on the practice squad. But Ryan Fitzpatrick is not going to fucking – is not the future. And unfortunately, Josh Rosen, I don't think is either, just because he's in a situation that's not going to set him up for success.
Matt Gay kicked a 55-yarder just prior to halftime. There he is, the rookie drafted in the 5th round for Utah, the 7th kicker drafted by the Bucs.
All right, let's see what happens. It's 14-13.
Didn't pan out, but for Gay, big leg.
They have 34 seconds. A few of those they'll tick off with the kick if they take it out. Otherwise, oh no, wait, hold on. What's going on? Did they already kick it? Am I stupid? I guess so. So 28 seconds, and they got 3 attempts unless they get a first down.
Completing that situation is not bad. Obviously, you've got many downs as you want to
How many timeouts do they have? Oh, they got 2? Yeah, they got time. It's not over yet, but the defense has been our strong suit, so hopefully they can hold it together for 28 fucking seconds. Come on, boys. You've been – I know y'all are tired, but y'all can do it, man. Oh. Oh. Not fucking giving up plays like that, though. The defensive ends got mushed, so they couldn't get pressure on the quarterback. And that was a crazy catch.
The Dolphins defender and trust that Tanner Hudson was going to go down and catch a tough pass, and he did.
God damn, son.
A gain of 18 yards.
Yeah, 18 yards for them.
Another 15 yards, you can at least try a 60 yarder.
Will do, man. You know, I'm me, and just because people want to hate and talk shit, I ain't going to change for that. So, will do, my brother, will do. All right, come on, come on. Hold tough. Oh, nice. Receiver couldn't hold on to it. It was a little low, but he should have caught that. All they need is a field goal, too, frankly.
Challenging the Bucs receivers in man-to-man, so you get your completion 5 or 6 yards.
Come on.
Down, take that last time out, and then you try the ridiculous field goal, which I'm kind of rooting for right now.
Well, just for the drama.
Of course you are, you fucker. Commentator was like, I'm kind of rooting for the long field goal right now. Fuck you. I want to win. I don't think we're going to win many games in the regular season, so. Oh, come on. Nope, that's it. We're going to lose this game. Because that was a long pass. The field goal is not even going to be that long at this point.
No reason not to put the pressure on your young kicker right here in this situation.
They're on like the 30 or the 29-yard line. That's like a 40-yard kick. That's a decent length kick, but I mean, they got 10 seconds. Just run a quick fucking offensive play from some slants to the out. I know I'm not supposed to be helping the Bucs here. But, I mean, they're already in field goal range, and so it looks like they're going to go for it. So, you know, even the fucking – so the last offensive drive that gets us a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, it's a positive, but we still lose because the defense broke down because they were fucking tired. And man, I mean, in this game, there have been like 2 or 3 bright spots, but they've been completely marred and negated by all of the bad.
It looks like
a new result, a new kicker. Yeah. So what Bucs fans had seen with postseason problems in the past few years. Very confident. Well, look at the sideline here.
They know. They've seen it in practice. They know.
And it's good to see it in a game. And now just enough to keep the Dolphins from doing anything dramatic.
Yeah. Well, you know, I was saying, man, I still want to see us win because I don't think we're going to win many games in the regular season. So it'd be nice to get a victory, but looks like we're not even going to get that tonight.
I imagine if you're the Dolphins and you're receiving this, you're going to want to kneel on it as soon as you get it.
I don't know about this.
Well, I'm pretty sure this quarterback doesn't have a 75-yard arm. They only got one play here, so that's a good choice.
A Hail Mary with a penalty, you got to be careful.
Yeah, I mean, they would need to pull a Miami Miracle to fucking to win this at this point.
I think going into practice.
Well, you thought that he
that's not going to happen.
Over Santos more because of what he's done than what Santos has not done.
Well, I think when you draft a guy, a kicker. You know, it's not like other positions where.
God damn it, man!
some unforeseen circumstances, a guy comes in and has a great camp and beats you out, and that's just nothing against Cairo Santos. I think he's a fantastic kicker as well. But
and they're just going to kneel it and run the clock out because there's no point in getting anybody hurt. And we lose in a pretty bad showing overall of the team, a terrible showing of the offense, and a solid overall showing, though, of the defense. So that is the bright, one of the bright sides. All right, well, all right, guys. So that is preseason game 2 in the books. It was disappointing. There's a lot of concerns, and so on and so forth. So we'll be talking about that for sure. But now, it'll be time to here in a minute. I'm gonna, I'll do my usual post game breakdown and analysis. I'll give you all the stats and figures and stuff like that, and then give you my analysis of it. And then, we'll turn the page and we'll look towards next week, which is, let's see, what is, we play the Saints, I think, is our last game, our last preseason game. I know it's on the 22nd. Here, I'm pulling it up. The Jet. That's not good. So we have to play. I mean, that's not good. I say that like it's a regular season game, but it's still only preseason. But we play the Jacksonville Jaguars, and that's a tough team, man. That's a tough team. So, we might even end the Saints, and then we play the Saints after that in week 4 of the preseason. Man, I mean, I don't think we're gonna win a lot at all. Preseason, regular season, it's depressing. But anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Wrap up the live stream. I appreciate you guys for coming in and chat with me and stuff like that. I'm gonna do it for all the games for sure, preseason games, regular season games, so on and so forth. And we're gonna keep this going. So as low as my expectations are for this season and everything, I'm still excited as always to have Dolphins football and to, be able to root for the team, even if, we're not very good. So, we'll do that together, of course. And I look forward to that. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and bounce out of here. I'm going to get that, my post-game video made up for you guys. So be on the lookout for that. And I will see you guys soon.